back. Man, we got so much to talk about today. It's going down. I can't even fit anything in the title. You heard me. Can't even fit anything in the title, man. You got blogs striking channels at a high rate. They losing control of the narrative. You heard me. They losing control of the narrative, man. They scrambling. Strikes. Adam 22 sending out strikes. Reggie Wright sending out strikes. What's up with these niggas? How do these the same people that be online making all these wild allegations on everybody? But now it's directed at them. They can't take it. They want to strike niggas' pages. You know, we ain't standing for that. Tonight, Jacob fed agent. Boy, fed agent, man. But before I get into all that, we're going to talk about Diddy trial. Because I told y'all, and I stand on that, ain't no victims in Diddy trial, man. Ain't nothing but, if this was a criminal enterprise, like the feds is, they all victims. I'm tired every time I turn around, I'm watching the Diddy trial, and they talking about victim gets on the stage, victim 2. Ain't these motherfuckers ain't no victim. They better say co-conspirator 2, co-conspirator 1, co-conspirator 3. All of them rats. That shit crazy how they just all turned on Diddy. All of them at one point was making money with Diddy. That's why I'm calling them co-conspirators. These ain't victims. They always getting money with Diddy at one point. All of them. They all was sitting around while Cass was getting their ass whipped. All was helping. They are all co-conspirators. We should not near one of them people that get on the stand be able to be called no motherfucking victim. No goddamn victims. Brian still destroyed the girl Mia. And we can find out who she is because he talking about she did a YouTube video with her. It's probably still on there. You got this bitch talking about you was getting sexually assaulted, but you been fucking with this nigga for years. Another one that left and came back. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. We ain't buying that shit, yo. I told you it's a dirty game that they playing. They trying to muddy the waters with domestic violence so you lose focus on what the trial really about. And it might resonate with some jurors. But listen to motherfucker Tissa. Tissa said the jurors was in that bitch shaking their head and laughing. Once Brian Steele broke Shorty down like a motherfucking 12-gauge shotgun. You heard me? What's up, Kenneth? Oh yeah, I'm on his ass. I'm on tonight, Jake Hills. Wait till I get. I'm on his ass, man. Mysonne. I've been trying to have a conversation with Mysonne for like a year. I told hey man, you come on over. Let's have a conversation, nigga. He keep going gun-ho about Meg Style. Keep putting up uploaded videos. But let's have a conversation. If you saying you right, I'm saying you wrong. Let's talk about it, nigga. You say you're a spokesman for the black community. I think I am too. Let's see who the biggest spokesman is. Let's see who really dealing with facts versus fiction. Bluffing ass nigga. Niggas be bluffing. If you're a spokesman for a black community, you should be able to talk to another black man. Not no controlled opposition. I ain't talking about one of them niggas that's on the same team as y'all. I'm talking about a black man that's independent, organic. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about the black community. He don't want to do some things that you participated in. Let's talk about protect black women. Shit, we can talk about it all. They put it all on the table. That weak ass saying. Got black women think they ain't protected by a black man. That's a goddamn lie, man. That man ain't shoot that girl, man. And then every time he talks about it, he never mentions the real facts. Where's the bullet fragments? They disappeared. Where'd they go? They normally keep evidence for a certain amount of time. Where is the bullet fragments that was in Meg's foot? How did Tory shoot a gun that he didn't touch? Come on, y'all. It's real discrepancies. Like y'all told y'all, I'm not one of them believer victims. Like, I don't even know how the fuck that even became a thing. I think that maybe that came along doing me too. But I ain't one of them. I know motherfuckers lie and make up stories. Then a nigga is praising law enforcement. I said, oh shit, when we start doing that in the black community, you supposed to be police brutality this and the system corrupt that, but then turn around and say all of this evidence was when he was found guilty. Oh, so they don't find innocent people guilty no more. Is that the route we going? Is we going a route where we saying this is an honest system and justice gets served daily? I know you ain't the spokesman for the black community saying that, my son. Hell no. Ain't no way that's what you saying. Or are you? Or these niggas ain't what they say they is, right? And the crazy thing about it, right? When it came down to Shorty, he was one of the niggas that even prompted me to start speaking out. But that's when I thought he was organic. That's when I thought he was really for the people. Then I started saying, once he aligned himself with Black Lives Matter, I knew it was over. I'm like, oh no, he ain't that. He one of them niggas. He one of them niggas that was created. That was given a voice, given a platform. So you don't only speak on shit that don't matter. Meanwhile, the things that really matter, they can ignore. Cause that's what's really going on, y'all. These so-called spokesmen, they don't speak on shit that really matter. They speak on everything that's political. That's why, if you notice, I don't talk about police brutality. I don't talk about that shit. It's too politicized. There's no real, you know what I mean? There's no real message in it. They politicized it too much. Stay away from those conversations. I talk about it if it need to be talked about, but for the most part, I stay away from that shit. I just want to have a conversation with them. We can do it on IG, nigga. You be bringing niggas on your IG, bring me up. I guarantee if I was coming to this IG live and send them a request that they won't answer. Niggas don't want to have no real conversation, man. Niggas want to just talk with no real rebuttal. You know what I mean? I think a lot of that shit he says is flawed. I think, for real, you're really working with the opposition. Let's talk about it. Mysonne, the general. General, right? And we can be respectful. I ain't going to disrespect you. I'm going to hear you out. They ain't got to over talk or nothing. I just don't think you got no real substance. I ain't trying to hear no, I'm out there front line. Man, that shit be phony. That motherfucker when niggas ride. That shit solves nothing. Niggas been riding and protesting for 60 years. Nigga ain't shit changed. That shit's a waste of energy. I ain't go outside the Freddie Gray rides, and I was in the heart of the city. I could have rolled 5 minutes down the street and been in the mix. So I'm not going down that bitch. And do what? Scream no justice, no peace. We already know that. The fuck we still screaming that for? Yeah, man. That shit only lasts for a moment anyway. But I just want to have a conversation with my son, man. We ain't even gotta talk about Black Lives Matter. We can talk about the black community in general, nigga. That 1.5 million you got from Black Lives Matter, nigga. Yeah, man. Hard mode. What's up, Bradley? Hey, yo, ain't nothing wrong with baby oil, yo. Told you. I think we the ones. I think we the ones that's dropping the ball on the baby. I think Diddy done cracked the code. Yeah, man. But you know he ain't had no 1,000 bottles. That was a lie that the feds put out. You know that was part of the tarnishing his image. Diddy only had 25 bottles of baby oil and 35. He had more bottles of Astro Glide, whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know what the fuck that is. What the fuck is shit, like KY jelly or something? Diddy freak your ass. Well, Astro Glide on deck. Yeah. You can say bring the Astro Glide in. I got a whole suitcase up. I told you, I think we all should have 25 bottles of baby oil. Everybody. Should be mandatory. It should be mandatory, man. Everybody get 25 bottles, man. Straight up. You ready to get busy? Hold up. I know I'm dirty as a motherfucker fucking around the damn job. We don't give a fuck, though. Niggas know what it is. Nigga know what it is. Hold up. Man, just getting off work. Yeah, what the fuck is Astro Glide, yo? I don't even know what that shit is, man. I know it's some freaky shit. I know, that's all I know. Y'all know it is. There's some freaky shit involved with it. So let me tell you about this motherfucker, Mysonne in general. We're gonna talk about him first. I want to talk about Q50 with Lord 52, y'all, because I told y'all Shorty was gonna get killed, man. I told y'all the blogs played the role in this shit. Blogs getting these young boys killed, man. Ain't none of them fully loaded chopper, Q50, Lord 50, and none of them boys. Ain't none of them boys, young kids deserve. I'm little niggas said one song. Only reason the blogs reached to them is because they was young and they was reckless and they was ignorant. And they preyed on them boys. And what it did, it blew their head up. It blew their head up. Had them thinking it was something that they ain't, that they wasn't. They started playing gangster. And they got that little nigga killed, man. That's what happened. Now look, the blogs that discarded them. You don't hear nothing about them young niggas. Couple of them died. Couple of them went to jail. Now they back. Now you don't hear nothing about them. They exploited them young boys, man. That shit was exploitation. Where this fuck boy at? So this nigga, my son, has been on a fucking whole tour of backing up Meg Thee Stallion. He posted her foot. Look at this. Whoever stepped on glass in their fucking ankle, y'all do you know, Meg? I ain't even being funny, right? Y'all know Megan Thee Stallion got big feet. She stepped on a whole bottle. She stepped on a whole bottle. That probably just enough to cover all of this. Yo, bullet wounds don't look like this, y'all. You know what I mean? They don't look like this. Other scratches come from. Where's the fragments? Look. So somebody else did this. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to y'all because I forgot something about his goofy ass. Before I get we ain't really talking about Meg. We talking about this goof troop. So where the bullet fragments poured out of Megan's foot? Where the bullet fragments poured out of Megan's foot? Lost. The bullet fragments removed from Megan Thee Stallion after the July 22 shooting incident have not been lost, according to court documents. The Los Angeles Police Department retains custody of the firearm, its magazine, and all bullets, casing, and fragments related to the case. During the trial, the surgeon who operated on Megan's foot testified that bullet fragments were removed on the surgery, though some remnants remain enabled in her foot. While the Tourism defense team previously claimed that the bullet fragments were missing, this assertion has been refuted by Megan's legal team and contradicted by official records. Yo, that shit is bogus. This is a prime example of just to show you what money did. But my thing with Cho is, what's up, G man? Let's talk about it. You keep putting up all these posts saying niggas is bozos, and listen to this nigga.
So listen, this is for everybody that keeps sending me these new videos, quote unquote new videos of Meg Thee Stallion being questioned by the police before they were arrested, her inside the hospital. And they have clips of Tory talking, and they're saying, look, nobody knew this. Look, Tory's gonna get off. Look, see, look, now it's coming to light. I want to give you a rude awakening. All of this shit already been known. It's been presented to trial. The DA had the evidence. Tory's lawyer had the evidence.
Yo, when did we start doing this? He supposed to be a so-called spokesman for the community. And he acting like the system ain't flawed as a motherfucker. He acting like this. They won't fabricate evidence. Come on, bro. You can't be this gun-ho spokesman for the black community and then come back talking about what was displayed at court. Because we already know that shit ain't right. You know what I mean? Them court systems dirty as all outdoors.
Evidence. They questioned her about it. She was questioned for almost a year. Gail asked, why did you say you stepped on glass? Everybody said, why did you say you stepped on glass? She gave the reason why she said she stepped on glass. She did not originally want to get the man in trouble. You know, she was pondering like she wasn't going to say anything. All of this was already known. But what happened was when she went to the hospital and they removed bullet fragments from her foot, right? The police had already got a call that somebody was shooting, and somebody got shot. That's why you heard the officer ask, is your foot the only place you were shot? And she said no, because she's still trying to deny it. She still she don't even want her face to be attached to the shit that's going on. She originally did not want to testify.
Man, he a big
what
joke.
happens when they pull the bullet fragments
he don't want to don't know
and they noticed that she had been shot. At that point, the state takes case. Right, and now
listen to him.
The evidence.
Listen to how this nigga talking about the system like this system runs smoothly. yo, this is amazing, yo. This is a black man that acts like he's an activist, talks about police brutality. Now, since it don't fit his narrative, since his narrative is protect black women, now the system runs smooth. Like these niggas be code switching, man. Now the system runs smooth. All evidence get permitted. No, nothing gets withheld. Witnesses don't get coerced. Evidence don't come up missing. You understand what I'm saying? He acting like, yo, we live in an honest world where the court system works properly for black men.
To the police. These are the facts of the matter of what happened. Now, when we talk about the other witness, that people say, "Oh, this the blockbuster witness. Look, he was a witness, and it was suppressed." No, it wasn't. They originally went and got that witness because they heard he said that, and they used him as part of Clout. He was actually on Tory's side. They brought him on the stage, and when he got on the stand, and he started telling the story, it was just as crazy as that. He actually said that Tory and Kelsey jumped Meg, and it was
we already talked about that. He changed. Yeah, this is a Chinese man. You know what I mean? It wasn't. They flipped his ass like a spatula. Right before the trial, the Chinese dude sat down with the prosecution, came back, whole story was different. That's what happened with that. Chinese, he ain't got no connection to the black community. He could care fucking less. He thought he was doing the right thing, but quickly found out he wasn't. They don't want you to do the right thing. That's not how this situation works, buddy. Ain't no right things going on. You feel me? This if you gonna do it our way, or we gonna do it our way. But either way, so this is Meg talking about the shit.
It's like he was standing on the thing that you could stand on.
Like a step rail or something of the car, because it was an SUV.
I bet he did, Mike.
So as the door is open,
it's like he has to have like 1 foot inside of the car, and he's like shooting over.
Yo, Megan don't remember what the fuck happened. She was blacked out drunk, yo. She do not remember what happened. She over this bitch winging it.
Over the door. He's leaning over, and then when he's shooting over the door, you have a clear line of sight, and you see it's Tory, and he's holding the gun shooting. Okay. You actually saw him holding the gun? Was anybody else standing next to him, or how was his positioning on that?
So it's the security guard driving, me and the passenger. Kelsey is behind me, and Tory is behind the driver. So, like, he had to get over her to even shoot at me.
How the fuck that happened? You see how she fucked that story up? You see how she explained it? But then she realized that don't make sense. Yeah, why would he jump out the passengers? Why would he jump out the back passenger? What reason would he jump out the back passenger when it's a whole nother door? That's where ain't nobody in front of. There's no restriction. There's no obstruction. He can open that door and close it at will. Why the fuck would he go and do the shooting from Kelsey's side? It makes zero fucking sense.
So is he out of the vehicle, or is it from
so
inside?
You know how you can like stand out of the car, like you're like standing over the door? That's how he was
so like the door's open,
yes,
and then he would be standing in the threshold, kind of almost
but like over the window.
Okay, but leaning over the window. So he's actually still
in the car.
Kind of. Gotcha. Okay, so
it's like he was standing on
this is all I get.
the thing that you could stand on,
like a step rail or something of the car, because it was an SUV that the car you guys were in, right? So as the door is open, and
it's like he has to have like 1 foot inside of the car, and he's like shooting over the door.
Over the door. He's leaning over, and then when he's shooting over the door, you have a clear line of sight, and you see it's Tory, and he's holding the gun shooting. Okay. You actually saw him holding the gun? Was
that light button, y'all? Subscribe to the channel, man.
How
rolling.
was his positioning on that?
So it's the security guard driving.
If you're new to the channel, welcome, man. Welcome to the Realists, where we keep it all the way real. We call out sucker shit, and that's it. That's it. That's all. We keep it real. We call out sucker shit, and we do it in a timely manner.
Me and the passenger, Kelsey is behind me, and Tory is behind the driver. So, like, he had to get over her to even shoot at me.
So is he out of the vehicle, or is it from
so
inside?
You know how you can like stand out of the car, like you're like standing over the door? That's how he was shooting.
Like the door's open,
yes,
and then he would be standing in the threshold, kind of almost
but like over the window.
Okay.
They're also coercing her, helping her create the story. Lying ass. That shit ain't fucking happen. They said Ralph Bleeder got locked up for murder. Knew that was happening. Either he's gonna get locked up for murder, he's gonna get killed. That shit might have saved his life. I also wanted to show y'all. Oh, Cardi B, man. Cardi B went berserk on motherfucking Offset. Hold up. Yo, look at this shit though. This shit funny as shit. So I don't know who this guy is. I think he's from Atlanta. But he did a song, I guess, dissing other rappers from Atlanta. Now I don't know who he's talking to. But whoever he's talking to is giving him fair warning that, yo, them boys gonna kill you, man. It's blind. Thank you. Is it better now? Is it clear now? All right, bet. Now, like I was saying, yo, I don't know who he is, but he think it's a game. I guess he's dissing the dead or dissing other rappers from Atlanta. But whoever he's talking to is trying to explain to him that, yo, the way you keep moving, you're going to end up dead out here, man. Listen to him.
Twin, you crazy, man. I want you to drop the tape. I'm a fan, man.
I know. You said long little rule. You asked me on my height.
No, I'm saying you ain't asked the blunt, man. That's what I'm asking. Is you straight for? I know you straight all around. You the most you the most dangerous nigga in America. I know you straight, right? Just chill.
Yeah, in America. Thank you.
But he played about a position.
I want you to
I need to.
More than likely, he's one of his ops. Playing him out of position. Something about he's a big fan. He want him to drop the music.
Like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta redo everything because I've been showing my niggas I did that on purpose. Because why think I never dropped this? Is like all this I did by the week. I ain't never dropped that shit. There was a plan. I ain't never dropped nothing on Apple Music game. I'm dropping everything on Apple Music about that crush on the East Side. Oh yeah. Oh bitch, I'm dropping the album. Oh man, I dropped the album. I dropped the album 2 years ago when I said East Side got me fucked up. Them niggas you came. I been there.
But hey, you need to start that shit.
What the fuck?
Cause them boys finna come kill you.
I been letting these niggas know what's going on.
You need to drop that shit ASAP. Them boys on the way.
Look, he need to drop that shit ASAP. Them boys on the way. And he think it's a game. This is the world we living in, y'all, where clout supersedes common sense. He chasing clout. Whoever this nigga is, he trying to say, oh, okay. So he trying to start an east side, west side beef. Well, whoever is talking to him is really giving him subliminals like, yo, you better cut that shit out. But he don't catch on. He think it's a game. So when he end up dead, don't nobody be surprised. I don't even know who the fuck he is. It don't even really matter because I ain't into giving him no clout. It's more about the mind frame of people these days and how clout chasing ultimately ends up in the demise of a lot of these dudes.
I'm gonna let DB get his shit to do it. DB deserve it. DB deserve it, man. DB, I'm alright. I'm alright right now. I'm gonna drop when I want to drop, nigga. I'm already rich, nigga. I'm gonna get DB already in there. I'm straight.
But them boys are on the way, twin. And you riding no Fibbo. You one of the most dangerous. I fuck with you, twin. You ride Fibbo.
Yeah. I'm Wicked West. This is what Wicked West do. Don't eat shot, nigga. Don't do no shit like that.
Please drop that.
Yeah, Wicked West,
boy
man.
ain't clan, boy. That nigga.
You want him to freestyle?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Let me know what's going on.
He's stupid.
I think I do acapella. Let me see.
Hey,
Lola Bank, bro. Lola Mark Low. Lola Bank, bro. Lola Mark Low. Lola Bank, bro. Wicked West. Wicked West. Wicked West. Wicked West. Wicked West. Wicked West. I say, I got the east side hoes coming to the west. I got the west side pros stopping on the east. Man, what? Yeah, y'all niggas better playing. Oh, y'all niggas do. Y'all niggas do. I say, Lola Mark Low, Lola Bank, bro. Lola Mark Low, Lola Bank, bro. Lola Mark Low.
Hey, Harmo, who is this nigga, yo?
Wicked West. I got the east side hoes coming to the west. I got the west side pros stopping on the east. On God. But y'all better stop playing. What?
Yeah, who is this nigga, Harmo? And I think he having a problem with Nudie now, but trying to throw West Side in it. Oh, all right. Yeah, he gonna end up getting himself killed, man. Whoever was on that line is more than likely one of the people that's after him. And he's so fucking stupid. He don't even see it. So look at this, y'all. Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez sued by her daughter for having her wrongfully committed. Desiree Perez, a dirty motherfucker. But I told you about these rats. These rats, I keep telling you, it's a character flaw. Let's see what happened. Desiree Perez has been hit with a federal lawsuit by her daughter, whatever. DeMarie says she was wrongfully Baker acted and forced into mental health facilities, all part of a conspiracy to separate her from her husband. She alleges her mother used her in connections with doctors to carry it out. The lawsuit named multiple defendants, including Perez, psychiatrist Daniel Boulder, and various healthcare entities. Desiree Perez denies these claims, saying it was all out of concern for her daughter's safety. Now the case is under federal review, and Broward Sheriff Office is investigating. Imagine what she did to Tori, who is not family. Well, definitely a pattern with this woman. You say he's trying to get with Young Boy? Young Boy, I don't think Young Boy fuck with goofies. Yo, but Offset. Cardi B just went crazy on Offset earlier, y'all. I'm sure y'all seen this already, but
you're not gonna be sitting here in the industry trying to say that I'm a.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine to YouTube video. Yo, Cardi B rants on Offset is crazy. Yo, it's crazy. He got a whole lifetime of this shit.
Has everything he loved about work.
She gonna put that boy in a motherfucking mental institution before it's all said and done. But he did this shit to himself though.
Wants to win the court of public. People started clowning Offset. People called him broke, called him a loser, kinds of wild
So
things.
Offset is asking for spousal support. Now he said he wanted spousal support because she's trying to take everything.
Listen up.
Hold on.
Listen up, y'all listening?
No, not that. Did I see the other one? I must did.
But you never see women get called anytime they request spousal support. Offset and his team told Lauren LaRosa from the Breakfast Club, hey, listen, I'm not broke. It was actually my lawyer that advised me to get spousal support.
I reached out to both sides. We heard back from Offset's team. Offset team says that he does not need the money, that this was filed because he alleges that Cardi B was trying to come at him on things that were not fair. He alleges that she wants to decide when he can see the kids. He also alleges that Cardi B is asking for everything, like the properties and the cars.
Though, y'all, to be totally honest, when you got way. Now a lot of people might think Offset did some sucker shit, and it could be, but yo, this is the only way you can fight them, yo. You can't fight them no other way. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? You can't fight them no other way, yo. This is the only way to fight back when they try and swindle you. Now I don't know if you're right or wrong because I don't know the details of their relationship, but what I can say is this is the only way to fight back. Now, a lot of us don't like doing this because, you know, we got a problem with the system. We got a problem with law enforcement. We got a problem with courts. But this is the only way to do it.
So his attorneys did this. And he also alleges, and this is a big allegation, he also alleges that he did this because Cardi B is barely ever with their kids.
Well, this morning, all hell broke loose. Cardi B did not like the idea that
I don't want to hear Chick's smooth voice.
Breakfast Club. The only theme I know is, and the fact that I'm listening. Listen up. The fact that I'm waking up right now, right? And the fact that I'm waking up right now to see that this fuck nigga and his fuck ass team. I know it's not his team. I know it's his bitch ass.
God damn, yo. See, you see what I'm saying? What can't now? I'm sure Offset don't let men talk to him like this. You understand? And see, this is the thing with women, right? Like, yo, they can say shit to you that you never allow a person on the street say. Like, motherfucker be dealing with stone cold killers, and they give you utmost respect. But the girl or the chick you deal with, man, she talk to you like you a motherfucking child, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's why I said, yo, I don't know if he right or wrong in this situation. I don't know the details of their divorce, or if she trying to take everything, or whatever the case may be. But what I can say is, this is the, you see he got a reaction out of him. This is the only way to fight back when you're dealing with a Cardi B. You understand what I'm saying? Charlene, what's up, baby? Charlene in the building, y'all.
The Breakfast Club. The only reason why this motherfucker asking for spousal support, because I was asking for everything. Because I was asking for everything, and because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a fucking pussy ass nigga. Word to my mother. I want you to die,
you can fight
but
back,
I want you to die fucking slow, nigga.
Damn.
When you die, nigga, I want you to die slow in the bed. And while you die, nigga, you gotta think of me.
She mean that shit too, y'all. Like, she is upset with that. He coming after them motherfucking pockets. She don't like that. See, that's why, yo, I ain't, yo, you, yo, once you have a child with a woman, yo, you got to try to make that shit work, yo, because this is too much. This the type of shit that drive a motherfucker crazy and end up doing some shit they're gonna regret later on. Okay?
Let me tell y'all
Or
something,
immediately,
right?
not even later on, immediately.
When I first filed for fucking child support, my lawyer filed for child support. I mean, when I first filed for divorce, my lawyer filed for shit. And this nigga started spazzing, right? So I told my lawyer, there's a renew, what's that shit called? There's a renew divorce paper, right? And in the renewed divorce paper, I asked for no child support. I didn't ask for no child support because I want to be done with this marriage. Like, I feel like I'm tied up. I asked for no child support. Kiari is allowed to see my kids. There is not one day that he's not allowed to see my kids. That's another thing, yo.
They not your kids, yo. Your women got to stop thinking like that. Yo, you do not own these children. These children was created by the both of y'all. See, that mentality alone is toxic. My children, yo, once a woman say these are my kids, yo, that shit is a danger to society, man. That's a danger to the whole situation. They aren't your kids. They're your kids. It should never come out your mouth as a woman that you own these children. The system can take them. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck the father. The system can take them. You don't own the kids, man.
Kids, okay? He stood up my kids 3 times. He have seen Blossom only like 5 times, okay? And I've been trying to save your face. But for you, stop playing saying that I don't be seeing my fucking kids. Stop playing because you don't want to look like a less of a bitch ass nigga. All right. If I keep you away from the kids, right? All right. You talk to the kids almost every single day. You call the kids every single day. I allow you to talk to the kids every single day.
I got a homeboy that took his baby mother to court and won. You just gotta make sure you got all your ducks in a row. You know what I mean? You gotta play that game with them. You gotta have all your documentation. You gotta have proof. You gotta have, you understand? And it's gonna take years. You know, he went back to court, fought him a few times. Then he ultimately got full custody. So there's ways to go around it, but you can't handle felonies. You gotta make sure your record is clean. That's what takes a lot of us out of the equation when it comes out of that, because a lot of us have been in trouble. You can't go in that bitch and have nothing that can court to hold over top of you to say, no, you don't deserve these children.
If I allow you to talk to the kids, why would I not allow you not to see the kids? It was a point.
Well, somebody told me a long time ago when I was locked up, an old head. This before I even had kids. Yo say, yo, the minute you have children, the first thing you do is get joint custody. That's what Cho told me, man. I ain't never do that because I don't really be having them issues. But that was some real ass information. I didn't even understand it back then. You know, I was young. But that's exactly what he told me. He said, yo, the first thing you do when you have children with a girl is get joint custody.
Making a big deal like, oh, I'm not gonna
that way, you ain't never got worried about getting put on child support. Ever.
to New York to see the kids because I'm not gonna be seeing my kids in a hotel room. I was like, all right, so you could see him in my mom's house. You still made it a big deal. And I love my daughter so much. Yo, if I'm lying, my kids could die if I'm lying.
Hey.
I said, you know what? To make it easier.
He need to record this and take that to court. Y'all, look what she said. She said our kids can die if she lying. I'm telling you, it's a dirty game, yo. It's a dirty game, yo. And the only way you gonna see, this the thing, y'all. The only way you gonna win that game is if you gotta stoop down to that level. Now, most men, I know I ain't, but most men ain't willing to stoop down that low. Because women they go low. You know what I mean? For the women in the chat, keep it real. Yo, women will go low, way lower than a lot of us. Like, and I told y'all before, yo, in order to stoop down to the level of a woman, yo, you really gotta sacrifice all your morals. You know what I mean? Everything you stood on for your whole life. You really gotta go to the lowest of the low of the low. And then that's when they realize, like, oh shit, I ain't really trying to go low no more. You feel me? It's a crazy dynamic, yo, but it's facts. No, I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Here for you, you could see the kids in my house. Just because I want my daughter, to feel the love of her dad. Because I want my kids to have that love of their dad. I want the love of both parents, even if we're not together. Also, the last time we seen the kids was in March on Cody's birthday. Okay? So before you start talking to me about I don't see my kids, let's talk about it. You haven't seen the kids since March. So why you saying that you're asking for spousal support? Because I'm trying to take the kids from you. The kids is always open to see you. All the time. And you know it. You talk to my kids every single day. It's not my fault you don't want to fucking fly to New York. The fuck? Now.
Yeah, he had warning signs.
You're saying that
I'm sure it was red flags on Cardi. Her whole life is a red flag. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, Offset shouldn't have never even got this deep involved with this girl. She admitted set niggas up and shit like that. Like Cardi bitch. You heard me? Like, he wasn't never supposed to do that, man. He wasn't never supposed to go that route. So he can't be mad at nobody but himself. You know what I mean? He said Offset is a whole red flag. He might be. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really know too much about Offset. I know more about Cardi B than I do Offset. I know he got other children. I know Offset brought this on himself, you know, for the conery. I know, see, this the thing, right? And I always say this. Offset been doing Cardi dirty. But this is what we know. He been cheating since they've been married. And what it looks like is, now that Cardi B is moving on, now he getting on some bullshit, threatening her boyfriends and inboxing niggas. And that's behavior, man. That's sucker behavior. But what she doing ain't no better either. But what I'm saying is, he should have known that she had this in her because this is who she showed the world she is. Cardi B ratchet, disrespectful. So he getting what he should have known was coming. And I think we're gonna be getting this until them kids turn 18. Like this ain't ready to stop. This shit gonna happen every few months. Shorty ain't stopping because Cardi B cares about what the internet thinks.
Take everything. What you mean I'm trying to take everything? The cars that you gave me? I gave you cars too. You gave me the Rolls Royce truck.
Canada, man?
You gave me the Rolls Royce truck. You gave me the Lamb truck. And the day that I bought my Maybach, the Maybach was $170,000, and I didn't have the $70,000 that day. I had to get it the next day. So you just put the $70,000. You want those cars so bad, bitch, you could get it. But then you want to talk about the houses. you want to talk about the houses.
This
first
shit ain't
of
never
all,
gonna stop.
my Jersey house, I bought that shit.
Hey, Charlie.
And you tell me,
this shit ain't never gonna stop. That shit fucked up. It ain't funny, yo, because it's really their life. Yo, but she ain't never gonna stop this shit, man. We gonna be hearing this shit for at least the next 15 years. How old them kids is. And them kids young, they ain't even 3, are they? Man, we gonna hear this shit for at least 15 years. You better get used to it.
me myself, if you buy a house in Jersey, I'm not helping you think, because I don't want a house up north. But you know, my dream was always to have a property in New Jersey, in New York. So of course that's gonna be my property. I bought that shit with my sweat and tears. The Atlanta house, you have put me with the bill the last year. The last year you have put me with the bill. Just like you left me the last year, you have left me with the kids' bill. The last year, you have left me for a whole year straight. You have left me with the kids' bill. Y'all want to know what's the kids' bills? Start adding. Y'all need to start adding right now, right? So my kids got their own driver. They pick them up from school, they drop them off, and they take them to gymnastics and to wavy unboxing classes. The kid's driver is on a retainer for $10,000 a month. So that's $10,000 a month just on a driver for my kids. All right, cool. Culture school this year, you didn't pay for it. That's $45,000. Wave school a year is $35,000, which you didn't help me pay for it this year at all. My cousin babysits Wave and Culture. She gets paid $3,000 a week.
That's what I'm saying.
The nanny was $700 a day, but because she's only staying in the daytime, $500.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. If you carry like that, she will get crazy.
Nobody fucking call me. Nobody call me right now. Dead ass. The baby's nanny is $500 a day now because she's not staying the whole day. Culture and Wave gets tutoring 4 times a week by the hour. So that's 2 hours, 1 hour for Culture, 1 hour for Wave. Each hour is $250. So count that up. That's 4 times a week. Culture fucking thing. Culture pianos class. That's $300 an hour, and she gets piano class 3 times a week. I'm not sure how much is gymnastic and wave boxing classes, but I pay that too. And you have left me with that bill for a whole year. Have I asked you?
I guess so, yeah.
Have I asked you for anything? Have I asked you for anything this whole year? Have I asked you for anything? Kiari, have I asked you for anything? Because you want spousal support so bad. And mind you, this is not even including
Cardi probably making food. Way more money than Offset right now.
My kids have a personal...
Offset ain't really got nothing going on. You know, that's the game plan. Hey, Mike, that's the game plan in the relationship. You feel me? That shit don't never change. It's always a power dynamic because that's the shit that's being promoted.
Personal chef that come from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. that I pay for because people in my house don't have time to cook. My cousin don't have time to cook. My mom that be helping with the kids don't have time to cook. So I need a chef. So my kids eat whatever the fuck they want because thanks to me. Also, my house have a security in front because, you know, our daughter constantly used to get threats, rape threats, death threats. So I have a security 24 hours in front of my house, which I pay as well. And you don't help me with none of it. You have an entire year. So you know what's so crazy? I wasn't even going to say nothing. Because my nigga always tells me, yo, I don't want you to address nothing anymore. And I be trying to keep it cute. But for you to call the Breakfast Club and be like, oh, the reason why I'm asking for spousal support is because she wants everything. Everything like what? Gifts that you gave me? Bitch, you want it back? All right, so give me the gifts that I gave you back. What, you want money for the house for Atlanta? Fine, we could split that. Whatever the fuck you put down on the house, we could split that.
But
I
look,
don't give a fuck.
You see how this is what I'm saying. You see how this move he made her change her stance. I don't think this is her original stance. Now it makes sense to her. This is what I mean by yo, this is the only way you can fight back. Now we can split the house. I don't know if that was the plan in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Look, go back a little bit. She's conforming on some of her original requests. Because now he felt like this is the only way to fight back against that shit, yo. It looked petty, and all it is petty. But this is the only way to fight back against this. Because you can't put your hands on them. You know what I mean? If Cardi B was a man talking to Offset like that, it'd be a problem. You get what I'm saying? You can take it away from these people. If this is a man talking to another man this way, that shit got to be settled one way or another. And more than likely, the courts won't get involved. Yeah, Stephon Diggs, a wild ass nigga. Out that bitch giving women fun dip on the motherfucking yacht. Yo, this bitch giving bitch fun dip on a yacht. I think it was fun dip, y'all. It wasn't pink cocaine, y'all. They lying. They lying on Stephon Diggs. It wasn't Tusi, y'all. My man said it was that pink power. It was that pink power that Cameron.
Because my daughter constantly used to get threats, rape threats, death threats. So I have a security 24 hours in front of my house, which I pay as well.
No, yo, he's not acting like a queen, bro. It is petty. I guess you could say he acting like a queen. But what else can you do? I don't know, yo. We used to bag fun dip up at one point when I was a kid. I think Stephon Diggs still do it. You know, we see the white little candy. You know, they put that in the bag. You know, he gave that to them separately. But no, what I'm saying is, it's nothing else you can do in this situation. Jay Wilson, he can't go punch her in the mouth. I mean, he can't go kill her. He will go to jail for that. So you gotta fight back legally. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to 1090. Nah, bro. Nah, see, yo, that's why we lose, yo. We lose with that mentality, bro. That's why so many black men is losing and getting put on child support and being on child support for 18 years. And now they suspending your license because you in and out of jobs. You understand? Yo, we lose with that mentality, bro. You can't do that. Not with this. You know what I mean? In a regular situation, yeah, you're right. Walk away. But yo, when you dealing with this type of shit, only way to fight back is the court system. That's the fucked up reality. It's the only way to fight back, bro. If you gonna think you just gonna turn away and she playing these court games and you don't play court games back, you're gonna lose, bro. Bad. You heard me. Fuck around, take everything. Yeah, we gotta get out of that mind frame. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
You had to help me with a bill.
Well, Offset fucked this up anyway by cheating. Like, I don't believe, yo, you do that to people. Like, yo, you gotta, if this the woman you choose to be with, yo, do the right thing, bro. See, that's why, like, I can't, I'm not picking a side in this, you know, because we don't know the details. I know he did a lot of flawed shit. I know what she doing right now is diabolical. Yeah, babe. But I'm just saying to avoid all of this. But what I'm saying is once you get to this point, the only way to fight back is through the courts. That's what I'm saying. That's the only way to fight back. Because it's nothing else he can do. What else can he do? Just take it? Nah, bro, that's why we be fucked over, man. We be fucked over just taking it, trying to, be the man and, walk away, and nah, you gonna lose, bro. Bad.
For a whole entire year. And you know what's so crazy? I wasn't even gonna say nothing. Because my nigga always tells me, yo, I don't want you to address nothing anymore. And I be trying to keep it cute. But for you to call the Breakfast Club and be like, oh, the reason why I'm asking for spousal support is because she wants everything. Everything like what? Everything like what? The gifts that you gave me? Bitch, you want it back? All right, so give me the gifts that I gave you back.
Appreciate you too.
What? You want money for the house for Atlanta? Fine, we could split that.
Look, but
whatever the fuck you put down.
You see what I'm saying? I think she did want everything at first, and then he came with this. But burst the bubble. Now we can split the house in Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? Now we can split the house in Atlanta. She wasn't talking about splitting the house in Atlanta before.
On the house, we could split that. I don't give a fuck. My house in Jersey, I bought it myself, so you're not getting shit from my house that I work my ass off. I don't even ask you for anything for the kids. All I ask is for you to spend time with them, and you haven't spent no time with them, bro. You're a bitch. And I don't fuck with your family, but I even be calling your family like, yo, I don't know what's going on with you. You are mentally disturbed right now. And then when I don't be with my kids, where I be at, Offset? Where I'm at? I'm in Atlanta right now working. You think I want to be in fucking Atlanta in this small-ass hotel room? I don't have not one friend, not one family member out here.
No, it ain't worse than Remy.
I don't have nobody out here.
Remy need a freak off.
Y'all don't even be knowing that I be in Atlanta.
I don't think Cardi B need a freak. Remy need a Diddy freak off. I don't think Cardi B probably freaked off enough. She don't need no Diddy freak off, man.
Go out in Atlanta. I don't know nobody out here. And when I fly out on the weekends, I fly out to my house in New York. And I spend time with my kids and I spend time with my man.
I don't know if you can do both, Cardi.
He acting like I be out and I be at home.
If you ain't doing it together, yeah, it might not be enough time in the day to do both, Cardi. I don't know. Maybe she not with the kids if she's spending time with the kids and the man. Like, how the fuck is she splitting that along with everything else she got going on? It's only 24 hours in a day. Offset might be telling the truth, saying she don't see the kids. They probably both don't see the kids. Like, guys, this is why I be talking about how kids be growing up fucked up. When you chasing money, you chasing a career, you gotta manage that. A lot of people haven't mastered the art of managing home life versus career. They tend to favor more to one side and forget about the other. And that shit has an adverse effect on the children. Especially if both parents is moving that way. Somebody gotta, somebody gotta be the person that's there.
All week with a nigga. No, I be with a nigga for once a week, 2 times a week. It gets to the point that my man go see me because I don't got time to go see him. He makes time for me because he know I'm busting my ass. Because he know how much this new era for me, my tour, and my album means so much to me.
The album ain't never coming out, man.
Today, every business needs a website.
Yeah, like I said, I ain't picking no sides in this. I think I think Offset in for a long ride. You feel me? I think he in for a long ride, man. That shit just crazy. But ultimately, like, he did this. Like, you can't get mad that she moving on, bro. And after you done cheated on the girl for fucking however many years y'all been together, my nigga. But look at y'all. Did y'all see this? Ronald Hall breaks down and turns to God in the interrogation room. Yo, this is what I be telling y'all about these young boys, man. After being charged with killing K Shorty's girlfriend while talking to him. This is what I be telling y'all about this young generation, man. They ain't what they portray. Like they try to portray these kids like they gangsters and they ruthless and no, hell no. They out here playing. They playing gangsters. Then when they get in a gangster situation, this is what they do.
Every investigation we do, I'm a rapper. Listen to me. Every investigation we do, we go by what somebody else say because we're not there when
that's bullshit. Because you're saying inadmissible in the court of law. Y'all here trying to charge me this girl murder. You finna have my face.
No, get it right. We're not charged. We're not trying to charge you.
Talk to my lawyer then.
Okay, you're gonna be charged and your face gonna be all over the news. Mr. Roland.
We ain't have nobody going nowhere. Since we because of what you did.
I didn't do that.
We're done with it. You want to pay your lawyer, so I agree that you're going to need one.
That's crazy.
Damn. Yeah, all right.
Every investigation we do.
We all go out and praise Heavenly Father.
Check them out.
These people slander my name like this, Heavenly Father. Don't let this go upon my name, Heavenly Father. Right now, in the name of Jesus, Heavenly Father.
There, he the preacher's son. Yo, turn to the preacher's son. Yo, continue being a gangster. Show that's what they used to do. I mean, we used to take our licks. Yo, turned it to the fucking preacher's son, y'all. Check him out.
Thank you, Heavenly Father. Please, Heavenly Father, let this go upon my name. Don't let these people slander my name like this, Jesus. Lift you up right now, Heavenly Father, in prayers, Heavenly Father. Hear me, Heavenly Father. Jesus, hear me. Hear me, Heavenly Father. Hear my cries, Heavenly Father. Let me get back to my kids, Heavenly Father, right now. In the name of Jesus, Heavenly Father. Don't let this be upon me, Heavenly Father.
Man, Jesus ain't try to hear that shit, shorty. You shot into a car, killed the girl, man. What you mean? Jesus can't save you, my nigga. You gotta do your time, bro. You got to stand on that. You got to stand on that, shorty. You should have thought about that before you decided to shoot into a car with 2 people in it, trying to target one.
Heavenly Father, don't let these people slander my name like this, Heavenly Father. Forgive them, Heavenly Father, for they know not what they do, Heavenly Father. Forgive me, Heavenly Father, right now in the name of Jesus, Heavenly Father. Don't let these people slander my name, Heavenly Father. I give you all the glory, honor, and praise, Heavenly Father.
It's a good kid right here, man.
Give you all the glory, honor, and praise, Heavenly Father.
Yo, I had to show y'all this. I thought this was hilarious because we always. This is what I be telling y'all, man. These kids ain't, man. They ain't that. They out here playing. They out here playing, man. Now 1090 Jake. Let's get the 1090 Jake goofy ass. Let's get the 1090 Jake. So 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake drops a video exposing Larry Hoover for allegedly telling after being shot in 1968, y'all. 1968. Check this out.
On September 4th, 1968, it was the first day of school, and it would be turned to a crime scene. Leader of the Supreme, 18-year-old Larry Hoover informed the police that he was standing in the school hall just outside the principal's office when 2 members of the East Side Disciples appeared. They were identified as 18-year-old James Highsmith and 20-year-old Leonard Longstreet, and they did not go to Parker High. Hoover told police the 2 walked past me in the hall, and Highsmith smiled. Then Longstreet said, "Burn him," and Highsmith pulled a gun and started shooting. I got hit. On September 4th, 1968, it was the first. So I dug into the Chicago Tribune dating back 57 years ago, and what I found was page 14 of the Chicago Tribune from September 5th, 1968, the day after the shooting. The article was titled, "Police Arrest 2 and 3 Students rivalry blamed for.
I thought this shit keep doing that.
3 youths were shot down in Pocket High School in what police described as a continuing battle between rival street. Inglewood police said the shooters were identified by the victims in the hospital and several other witnesses. The police identified Larry Hoover as a gang member, and again, the article would state.
Listen to this. Fuck that shit. It ain't even important. Yo, who does that? Just think about this for a minute, y'all. Larry Hoover been locked up since I think 73, since the 60s or the 70s, some shit like that. He gets his time commuted. You know, for years, people have been talking about free Larry Hoover, free Larry Hoover, free Larry Hoover. He gets his time commuted. He still got 200 years to do in the state, right? Well, he can't do 200 years, but nobody can do 200 years. You understand? But he still has a 200-year sentence in the state. Now you got 1090 Jake, who's a certified rat. I think we all, Byron Blake then laid it out perfectly. You feel me? Certified rat, right? Yo, he dug into 50-year-old news articles. I want y'all to think about that, though, y'all. 50-year, who does that? Yo, if that's not a fucking federal agent or some type of law enforcement, I don't know. Y'all, he didn't do that. Somebody sent him that. Who was sent 1090 Jake this article from 1968? Yo, do you know how? Like, it ain't like we heard rumblings of Larry Hoover being a rat. You understand? There wasn't a YouTube video of Larry Hoover being a rat that everybody known about. So what would propel 1090 Jake to go to the Chicago Tribune archives and dig all the way into the 60s to find out if the man a rat or not? Yo, that man's the police, man. I've been telling y'all. Him, Whack 100, they embrace rats, right? But they embrace rats. But anybody that deems solid or credible, they attack them. Whack 100 was pushing his paperwork too. But he tries to act like him and 1090 Jake is adversaries, but they really playing on the same team. Niggas the police, man. I just want y'all to just think about this for a minute. Who does that? Who tries to find news articles from the 60s? The 60s? I know people do that as the police, man. Ain't nobody doing that just off no YouTube videos or no blog. Man, only niggas do that shit is the police. That shit, do that make sense to people? Do that make sense to people? Let me know. Do it make sense to say, you know what? I wonder if Larry Hoover was a rat. I'm going to dig into 1968. Like, how did you find that? Which you went from year to year to year? The man just got commuted. So you did this in a 24-hour time frame. So in 24 hours, you dug through the archives. Well, yeah, this is 2025. You understand what I'm saying? This is 2025. So you went to 25 years down to 2000. Another 37 years. Ain't no way he did that, y'all. Ain't no way. Somebody sent them this. And who would do that? Who would know? Who is old enough to remember this? Realize what's going on. Who is old enough to say, yo, I remember Larry Hoover told in the 60s. I'm gonna send this to 1090 Jake. Because he didn't do that. It don't even make logical sense. You wouldn't be able to do that in 24 hours. You wouldn't be able to do that in 24 hours. unless he went to the Chicago Tribune and typed in Larry Hoover and nah, man, fuck out of here, man. And who does even with that? Even if he did that, why? The man probably be dead in 3 years. You feel me? They might not even go. Now, if he read it, he down bad for that. But I just want people to understand, yo, that is not normal behavior. It's not normal. That's not blogging. That's not an organic blogger. That's police. People that do that. Man worked with the police since he been on the internet, man. He ain't the only one. I be trying to tell y'all about these people, yo. People be thinking it's a game. All you gotta do is think about it. It doesn't make sense. Shit don't make sense, yo. Shit ain't right. Things gotta make sense, yo. Like, you say he's a salesman, man. He's a fucking snake. No, he got 52 years for something different. This was before he called his time. He called time in 73. And 68 or 68 or something like that. But it's like, yo, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense, yo. If it don't make logical sense, yo, you got to question it. Would nobody else do that? I wouldn't. I did with paperwork. I wouldn't have done it. Byron Blake wouldn't have done it. Nobody is going that back. Only people doing that is the police, man. Yeah, he got 52 years in. Yeah. Only people doing that shit is the police, man. So if you don't believe 10 Jake the police, this is a fucking prime example. Nobody is doing this. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Man, working with them people, man. He worked with them people from the beginning. And look, the crazy thing about that is this, right? But look at this. All these niggas is doing this now. You out here flagging videos, bro. You out here flagging videos. This happened yesterday. You flagged Byron Blake. Now, how you gonna flag by these guys? That's why I say they scrambling and scraping like Diddy said. You heard me? The Adam 22s, the WAC 100s, the 10, the whole federal agency is scrambling and scraping, yo, because people is aware of what the fuck is going on. They've been doing it for 5 years. The jig is up. We know y'all niggas online. We know y'all niggas is fed agents posing as YouTubers. So this is their response. Copyright strikes. And cyberbullying. Like, yo, you still snitching. He's still snitching. But yet you running paperwork or running news articles on motherfucking Larry Hoover, who just did 52 years in the joint. Make that make sense. But he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. Hold up. Look what they doing. Look what Reggie Wright did. The scandals. Look what Reggie Wright did. The scandals in Los Angeles. Copyrights. This what they doing. Motherfuckers is on them about the police shit. Niggas know who they is now. Reggie White, another one. Been on the internet slandering people. Slandering Suge Knight. Now it's coming back on him. Copyright. But he ain't the only one. They are doing it. They are doing it. Look what Adam 22 did the point and shoot. He trying to get his page took. These are the same people that make a living off of slandering other people. Same people that make a living off of pushing bullshit. But now it's bullshit getting pushed their way, and this is how they responded. You sending niggas copyright strikes and takedown requests and all type of sucker shit.
Okay, so this video is going to be very upsetting to a lot of you out there. So no jumper.
He spent 30 years on solitary confinement.
Is sending my channel false copyright
strikes. All of them doing
because they want to silence me. They want to silence criticism. So they're maliciously sending my channel false copyright strikes. And they're doing this to cause direct harm to my channel. You know, if you get 3 copyright strikes within 90 days.
It's like the feds, it's like they all had a federal meeting and say, yo, we got to do something. It's getting hot. The jig is up. The rest of the YouTube community is on tours. Yo, we got to stop this. Y'all think this is happening organically? All of a sudden, everybody's sending copyright strikes. That's just happening by mistake. I don't believe nothing happened by mistake, to be honest. I think everything happened for a reason. I think it's mighty strange that in the last 3-4 days, Adam sent him a copyright. Reggie Wright sent Scans of Los Angeles a copyright. 1090 Jake sending Byron Blake copyrights. They can't handle the pressure. This is one of them situations where I always tell you, when everything going great, they want you to share it. They want you to post it. But the minute them roles get reversed and now you sharing and posting things that could be damaging to them, now, oh no, we can't do that. But meanwhile, them videos that they putting out is damaging as a bitch. Yo, how many careers did 1090 Jake ruin? Spot him, got him. What the fuck happened to him? That man done ruined careers by putting snitch allegations on people. Whack 100, Reggie Wright, Big U, ruined them. Adam 22 ruined a lot of people fucking life with all that bullshit he posted over there. But when niggas call him out, they can't take it. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. These niggas is wild turkeys.
YouTube deletes your channel, and every time you get a copyright strike, it hurts your channel. This is a scientific fact. And so they're trying to cause direct harm to my channel because I keep making fun of them, and they're hoping that my channel performance is going to go down. You know, every time you get a copyright strike, even if it gets taken off eventually, it still hurts your channel. Every time you get a copyright strike, it hurts your channel. That's why they're so serious, and they're not to be abused. And so No Jumper is factually 100% abusing YouTube's copyright tool by sending me false copyright strikes, even though my work is clearly fair use, okay? And so I want to show you exactly what's going on. So 3 days ago, I got a notification from YouTube that No Jumper attempted to send me a copyright strike, but YouTube denied that strike because it was clearly fair use. So I made a post on my community tab letting everyone know what's going on. They're trying to send me a copyright strike. It didn't work and everything else. So the following day, they hit my channel copyright strike, only this time the strike went through. What? And they actually got a video removed. And so I'm like, okay, so I made another community post, this time saying they actually gave my channel a strike. My channel has a strike now. And hopefully, and this is just in hopes that someone at No Jumper sees their mistake and then corrects it and says, oh, look at Point and Shoot is getting a copyright strike. It must be some sort of mistake, and then they'll take it down. That's what I was hoping for. But what ended up happening was No Jumper saw the post and decided to instead file a privacy complaint through YouTube.
Look at the bitch ass shit that they doing. Like, yo, come on, yo, I can't believe these niggas. Adam, with the interrogation style tactics you pull over there, 1090 Jake, with the paperwork he done dropped on everybody. This is crazy, y'all. What I tell y'all, they want to do bullshit in peace. They want to exploit in peace. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You ain't going to exploit the culture in peace. You're not going to exploit black people in peace. You're not going to work with the federal government who ain't never had the best interests of black people in mind. You ain't doing that in peace. No, that shit going to get called out.
And they successfully got that post removed by YouTube.
What?
And so instead of looking at the post and realizing that they're making a mistake that could cost them their reputation, they instead sent a privacy complaint for this email address that I forgot to blur out, and they left the strike in place. And so this is malicious. This is an orchestrated attack on the channel. I want people to know about this. And so the strike attempts would continue to come in. They would continue to be denied by YouTube. They were only successfully able to get one video taken down and one post taken down. They sent in a bunch of strikes. They sent in a bunch of privacy complaints, okay? So a malicious attack, like I said. No Jumper is well aware of what they're doing. They are very well aware. The 16 of Nashua understands fair use. He's talked about fair use 1,000 times. He utilizes fair use every single day on his channel, and I want this known.
Upsetting to you that people make whole little documentaries misrepresenting you and acting like you're this piece of shit, and they use your footage, and it's fair use, so you can't really do a whole lot about it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
We'll see.
There's got to be a way.
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
That is funny. Oh, but wait. He might try to sue you for Wait, but no, he did say Court Bucci Bear wasn't his, but it is. But
This is fair use.
yeah, fair use. Okay. I don't know how that turned into a
So not only is the 16 built funny as fuck,
What?
he is well versed in fair use and copyright. So he owns a YouTube channel. Of course he knows about fair use. He's probably gotten copyright strikes before. And so he knows the seriousness of them, but he abuses them because he doesn't like the way I talk about it. And I have blurred this young lady's face out. I have no idea how old she is. I can't confirm that she's of age. So I did blur her face out. Okay. So, but the 16 has sent my channel strikes before. In December of 2024, he sent my channel a strike. At the same time, Poetic Jala
Frederick Jala is my real
sent
name.
my channel a strike. They both coordinated their strikes at the same time so that I'd have 2 strikes. And so they did this to
like
force
that boy
me to
Cage
give
Truck.
my identity to Jala so that Jala could use my identity to dox and humiliate and try to intimidate me, which is against the law, okay? And this is what Jala said in a video he made after.
Like false? No, they're not. Do I care if they are? I don't. My goal isn't a copyright strike. My goal is something much larger, and this is just the first step. Getting your identity by forcing you out of your rabbit hole with this copyright strike. Now,
And so Jala faced extreme backlash for this, and everyone was furious at him for abusing the copyright tool to get my identity so that he could dox my family members and do all this intimidation stuff. He said that he doesn't care about copyright. He only used the copyright tool to get my information.
you have to say, yo, are you going to take it a full weight and sue him for a copyright? No. So what I said was, listen, I'm not taking it the full weight. I'm good enough by just having his name, his address, his number. I'm good enough with just identifying who this person is. So hence, if they make lies about me and like in the future, I now have to.
So when you refute a copyright, they ask for your personal information, address, your name. You know, because everybody think this shit is a game, but this shit is bound by federal law. So copyrights is not a game. You can really get sued for that shit.
Their information, and we can handle it the right way.
Right.
Right? So
sending someone a copyright strike and admitting that you only did that to gain their personal information so that you can do whatever you want with it later on is a grounds for channel termination.
What?
It's a flagrant violation of YouTube's terms of service, okay? So Jala's and his channel's in a lot of danger right now. I'm wondering if his channel's going to stay up because I have actually escalated. Well, I haven't escalated it, but it's been escalated.
What?
And this is going to be looked into, and I'm just really concerned. I mean, Jala should be very concerned about this because of his conduct, okay? And so this next clip is going to show the 16 denying that he sent me a strike. This is from 6 months ago after I countered and he removed the strike. He denied sending it. Okay, look at this. This is a lie.
I want to know what's going on with, what's up with my point and shoot? Y'all trying to clip my page. What's going on with that, man? Free point and shoot. He's saying you and Flacco after him trying to strike him down.
I know.
We love that content.
Flacco did something. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I have no clue what's going on.
You never strike, point and shoot either?
No.
Okay, shout out point and shoot, man. What's your thoughts on point and shoot? Because he don't f with you, bro. He be on your bumper.
I have watched videos that he's made about other people that I found very amusing. I don't really watch his videos about me, so I don't really know what he says. But I mean, I've seen a little bit over the years. I support everybody talking about whatever. Like, it's kind of odd to realize at a certain point, like I'm well known enough that kind of shit is inevitable. But, I don't begrudge anybody the ability to make videos about me.
So the 16 is obviously lying. He is well aware right now, as I speak, he's aware that his channel has struck my channel and he refuses to do anything about it because he is cucked.
What?
And so that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for the updates. I don't want to say too much because I've got things going on. And it's important to stay quiet during times like these. But after everything gets settled, then I'm going to be, putting belt to ass, as the kids are saying these days. And it's not going to be fucking good. So with that, thank you guys so much. My channel is being attacked. So I would really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, do whatever to help me, to help my channel get through this shadow ban that's probably going on. I mean, every time you get a strike, it hurts your channel. And I do want to say that I see everyone out there making noise for me, and I really appreciate that. It brings tears of joy to my eyes. It really does. It shows that you guys are behind me in all of this. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on the next one.
See, my thing is, right? I just, with all the detrimental videos that they put out on niggas, how they doing this? Like, how can you do this with a straight face, knowing the type of bullshit you call motherfuckers that went to prison off of Adam 22's videos? Fuckers that went to prison, man. Oh, remember I told you your streamers can't have kids? Remember I was telling y'all how the streamers that they pick, it's like that shit like a qualification. If they're gonna put a bag in your pocket, you can't have no children. So Dennis Duke, who's a popular streamer, I guess, it's allegations that he got kids.
We go through the same every single year, the same bullshit.
Why you can't have kids?
And I would tell y'all the same thing once again that I told y'all last time. You know what I'm saying? It is none of your business. If I wanted to include y'all in my business, I would. You know what I'm saying? There's some shit that I just keep to myself, my mama and family and all those things. I do not include any of y'all because y'all are very weird. Now, I understand, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're interested. You want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Have fun. Have a blast. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what's for. And when I say y'all, I mean the people that's doing it. If the shoe fit, wear it. If it don't, let it fly. All right? I understand, like, y'all talking about it and, like that, but y'all must be going a little too far. All right? Y'all be posting people, kids and shit.
Nigga, you ain't my age, bro. Fuck you tell he dead in the alley.
You know what I'm saying? Writing long think pieces that are 100% incorrect. You feel me? And now, you know what I'm saying? That is the reason why I would never include any of. I would never include none of y'all in this shit because
why streamers can't have kids, man? So Smokey Robinson is suing these people for that lawsuit that we read, that bullshit ass lawsuit. Now they say he was investigated for alleged sexual assault in 2015 but wasn't charged. It's like, they come here. Yo, this shit crazy, what they doing to the black. Alright. I just wanted to show y'all before I get to Diddy. So this the guy that Trump bailed out.
Anyone that says that it's a fair shake, it's not.
because I dealt with young African-American males in the prison that I was in that were not treated the same. They were denied programming. They were denied access to certain things. I was that, but we know why I wasn't denied that. And so I think that is a much bigger picture that we all as a society as a whole need to look at, that we are one. And whether you're Republican, Democrat, or whatever, at the end of the day, when you're in that hospital, you don't care if it's a Democrat treating you or a Republican. Now, some of you may, but I want whoever's going to be the best person to do that.
What do you do? I'm not aware of these guys. Him or his wife. What they was fraud motherfuckers, I heard. All right, yo. So let's talk about Diddy, the diddler. Check out what Boston Richie old girl said.
Diddy's backyard. I wish he was there. You want to see the big bag? So all you gotta do is invite me. You ain't never been in jail. I swear to God. You had the wrong bitch. He had the wrong bitch. I always say that about R. Kelly too. Like he had the wrong bitch. R. Kelly a little much. No, he had the me a lot.
Listen to this. They talk about Diddy. R. Kelly had the wrong females. They'd have been with it. Freak offs, everything. You heard me?
Yeah. I was type that I go to Dubai and get. Yeah, in real. I am so sick of it. I got the connection. Let me know if y'all trying to take that trip. You gotta be hella money. I got the connection. It got how much? How much did they be paying? He said 50 bands. He said 50,000. That's not enough. He said they do it like they eat horrible, like they really want pretty American. $50,000 is a lot. They send you the 25 first, and then when you go there, they see you. I swear to God, my client was telling me all about this. Like he got bread and shit.
Yeah, she said she get shitted on for 50,000. They having a whole conversation about getting shitted on for 50,000. This shit crazy.
I was like, I don't know. I'm a 50. I need more. I need more. It depends on what kind of. You want 100? Yeah, I need like 100. See this not Diddy back there. He had the wrong clothes back there. I swear, I'm like, why is
they they inviting to a freak off, just like Cassie was. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is some females' mentality. So some people can't seem to think that no, yo, there's no way they liked it. There's no, yo. Listen to them.
This is the thing with stuff like that. People do. I don't even put yourself in that predicament if you wasn't down to do it. Like I don't know. Like I wouldn't even go to no. They wanted lifetime pay. They wanted lifetime pay. They want to get paid for their. Come on, that's Diddy's backyard. I wish he was there. You want to see the big bag? So all you gotta do is invite me. You ain't never been in jail. I swear to God. Oh, everything. You had the wrong bitch. He had the wrong bitch. I always say that about R. Kelly too. Like he had the wrong bitch. No, he had the. I say that. Yeah.
This just shows you the mind frame of some women and the hunger they have to be around stardom. Now you take this back to the Diddy trial, and you hear some of these people that's claiming victim that's not victim. They really suspects. They really co-conspirators.
Attorney. Instead, it's a little bit more contentious. Brian Steele, as a former public defender like myself,
Yo, Brian Steele killed this girl on the stand. Killed her. Yo, these people aren't victims, yo. Yo, people gotta understand that. Victims aren't committing crimes. Victims, if you let the federal government, characterize this Diddy enterprise, right? It got to be in furtherance of, right? So you can't do it alone. You can't run a criminal enterprise and it be in furtherance of whatever crimes they commit. It has to be a crew. It has to be a team effort. So what the feds did was they grabbed Diddy in a circle Anybody that ever worked for them. Anybody that participated in the freak offs. Anybody that participated in the distribution of drugs. And they brought them on the stand and they parading them like victims. But they co-conspirators. But the reason they're portraying them like victims is because this is about the downfall of Diddy. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. All the crimes they did can be forgiven. Cassie paid sex workers. She paid sex workers. Cassie booked flights for sex workers to travel state to state to state. But Cassie's not on trial. Cassie's a victim. Diddy paid sex workers. Diddy booked flights. But Diddy's a sex trafficker. That's the narrative that they're trying to paint to the people. He definitely abusive. Not that. Cassie was 22 at this time. Cassie was 22 at this time. We ain't going to deny that she wasn't physically abused. I told you, CO, two things can be true. What they're doing, Miss Down South, what they doing with this Diddy trial is they putting domestic abuse on trial. This is about domestic abuse, and they're trying to nail this domestic abuse situation home, because once people get that in their mind of domestic abuse and Diddy just was whipping women's ass, even though he's not on trial for that. Once people get that mind frame, once people establish like, yo, Diddy's a fucked up person, now it makes sense to, oh yeah, he's sex trafficked too. But they're not really producing no evidence of sex trafficking. All these women was involved, complicit. The Capricorn girl, whatever the fuck her name is, she testified that she hid Cassie, that she bought drugs. Those are crimes. Are they not crimes? If Cassie got beat up, when Cassie, I ain't gonna say if, when Cassie got beat up by Diddy, and this Capricorn girl took Cassie and sent her to a motherfucking a plastic surgeon to hide the fact that Diddy beat her up, that's a crime. It's not a victim. That's a co-conspirator. I just want y'all to understand these people that they are putting on the stand and telling y'all they are victims. They are not victims. They're co-conspirators. But they can't tell you that because then it's going to look crazy. If they was to tell y'all that all these people is co-conspirators, you're going to be looking at the case crazy. What the fuck is this? You got all these people that got immunity just to take down Diddy. Why they not on trial too? If Diddy did all these things and all of these people witnessed it, why aren't they on trial too? Big, you got locked up with 18 people. Dirk got locked up with 6. They said it was a criminal enterprises. They took GS9 down with Roddy Rebel and Bobby Shmurda. I just want y'all to pay attention to what's going on, man. And I told y'all on yesterday's live. That, yo, this girl was full of shit. She was Diddy's assistant that said she was sexually assaulted. Yo, Diddy don't got a sexual assault, no assistant. This is Diddy. That's the reason I showed y'all what these girls think. Some girls would love to be a part of the freak out. Where's Jed? Jed tell you. Just because most women would be like, nah, fuck no. No, you not see? You see what you're doing? They got you. That's the game plan, Miss Down South. Look how you internalizing it. This ain't that. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't Your mother and her boyfriend beefing. This not what you think it is, man. This was a lifestyle. Money, clothes, cars, hoes, drugs. This was a lifestyle, man. It was rock star living. I'm not saying Diddy was right for beating up Cassie. Diddy dead wrong for that. But what I'm saying is Cassie wasn't a victim. Cassie was a victim of domestic abuse. But she wasn't a victim of sex trafficking. Cassie is a co-defendant of sex trafficking. Because Cassie paid sex workers. Yeah, she told. They all telling. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. They all telling. To save their own ass. Because they could have went to jail too. That's true too.
Hi, I'm Amy Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us here on ABC News Live. Week 3 of the Sean Diddy Combs trial has wrapped, and we should note this show will contain graphic content from the courtroom today. 5 witnesses testified this week, 2 former employees, a Los Angeles police officer, fire department investigator, and a celebrity stylist.
Co-conspirator. But they acting like they victims. All of these people are co-conspirators. Everybody that worked for Diddy and seen this domestic abuse, seen the drugs being sold, seen the violence are co-conspirators. Y'all, they're not victims.
The latest witness on the stand testifying under the pseudonym Mia, recounting her time as
It don't matter if she paid with his money, y'all. She still paid. It don't matter if it was his money or not. She still paid. If I send my man to go buy some drugs for me, and he get booked buying drugs for me, and they know it's my drug, yo, we all going to jail. He ain't getting no pass because he the one that brought the drugs, and it was my money. These are his co-defendants. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The ones that's testifying are really co-defendants, but they telling y'all they victims. They not victims. No, it don't. No, you ain't hear the scenario. If I get somebody the money to go buy some drugs, they locking you up. If he say no, that wasn't my money, they're gonna lock me up too. But his ass ain't getting home, unless he snitch, and that's what the fuck they doing. I don't know.
his former assistant. Mia alleged working
I bet they all got immunity. They all got immunity. We ain't never seen as many immunity deals in our motherfucking life. What you mean you're not sure? I'm telling you. This ain't up for debate. If I get somebody to go buy some drugs and he get caught buying drugs, he's going to jail. It's not debatable. These are facts.
Was chaotic, toxic, and dependent on his whim. She told the jury she feared she couldn't tell him no, testifying, "I felt I had to. I obeyed Puff's orders." Mia also saying Combs sexually assaulted her more than once, leaving her feeling terrified and confused and ashamed and scared. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His defense team says any sexual encounters were consensual if...
Exactly. Not if they tell on the boss. And that's what the fuck is going on. But that don't mean they're victims. You understand what I'm saying? You can't then turn around and claim you was a victim. No, you weren't no victim. You was complicit. You bought drugs for me for 10 years. Right. Come on now. They act like they ain't have, like they couldn't make decisions. But they all somehow, some way end up leaving Diddy. If they couldn't make Diddy, if they couldn't make decisions, they should still be working for Diddy until Diddy got arrested. But that's not what happened. They all separated. They all got away from him. But now they all testifying that Diddy, we couldn't leave him. Like, yo, they both can't be true. It's either you couldn't leave him and you stuck with him forever, or you could. They all wanted the fame. They all wanted the lifestyle.
Convicted, Combs faces the possibility of life in prison. Coming up, our team will break down the legal analysis, but first, the play-by-play details from inside the courtroom. Let's start in Lower Manhattan, outside the federal courthouse. That's where we find Aaron Katursky, our chief investigative correspondent. And Aaron, you've been in court there every day of this trial. The witness using the pseudonym Mia was back on the stand today for the second day in a row. Today, she faced cross-examination. What happened?
Well, I still destroyed this girl on the stand. Destroyed her on the stand. If they don't tell the truth, I'm gonna go to, you know, we're gonna have to read it.
She faced a tough cross-examination when she was confronted, Eva, with her own social media posts, and they were flattering about Sean Combs. They called him everything from legend to her mentor, her inspiration, her rock star unicorn. That is, just entirely flattering.
Listen, she said she was sexually assaulted. Is this how you talk to your sexual abuser? Do you use these words when you're referencing your sexual abuser? Hey, they say it's a price to fame. Yo, you don't have to want what I'm selling. See, this the thing, yo. Yo, I'm sure Diddy tried this with some women and they wasn't with it. I'm sure Diddy tried this with some women and they like, man, fuck that. I ain't with this disrespectful ass shit this boy got going. You ain't ready to be putting your hands on me. Now, I'm not saying that like that. I'm saying they stick around for the perks. They endured whatever they had to endure to stick around for the perks. You can't claim victim. You can't be a victim in that sense. You was a willing participant. That's like me and y'all, we go rob a bank. We get caught. Now everybody telling on me, no, it was his idea. He made us do it. No, yo, we all going to jail. We all decided to do this. White got arrested for killing the guy over starter jackets. Then turn around and say, I was young. I was mischievous. I was this. No, nigga, you was committing crimes, my nigga. You was committing crimes. Just like the rest of y'all was committing crimes. Stand on it. That we don't make, yo, when you make a decision, you gotta stand on that shit. Or make the right decision the first time. There's no accountability here, man. Everybody is passing the buck. It's passing the buck. Yo. Dude, looking for fame. Did you hear Cassie say when the girl told Cassie to leave? You heard her response? When the Capricorn girl told Cassie to leave, she said, you need to leave Diddy. Do y'all know her response? What was Cassie's response when Capricorn Clout told her to leave Diddy? Do anybody know? It's 174 people here. Do anybody know what her response was? Let me know. Don't nobody know what her response was? Well, I can't go to Jay-Z because he married to Beyonce. That's what she said. She said, I can't go to Jay-Z because she's married to Beyonce. He's married to Beyonce. No, I'm telling you the mind frame. The mind frame. I ain't saying she deserved to get beat up. I'm saying Diddy a coward for putting his hands on that girl. But I'm talking about the mind frame of the person. Think about that though. Think about it. Thank you, yo. Think about that though, yo. She said, I can't go to Jay-Z because he married to Beyonce. What am I going to do? Yo, Cassie was willing to endure whatever the fuck she had to endure if she thought it was going to help her career. You're not a victim. Not a victim in that sense. Can't claim victim after that. What's up, y'all? Make sure I if y'all new. No, we don't even want us keeping it real. Everybody else pushing narratives.
Examination when she was confronted, Eva, with her own social media posts, and they were flattering about Sean Combs. They called him everything from legend to her mentor, her inspiration, her rock star,
Cassie was fucking Diddy
unicorn,
over in 2018.
whatever that is. Just entirely flattering.
Cassie was fucking Diddy over in 2018. Cassie fucked Diddy while she was married. Had her husband on FaceTime. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know Cassie fucked Diddy with her husband on FaceTime? That came out in court too.
The defense showed these and then asked,
Cassie,
that's the guy
a porn
that
star,
traumatized you? That's the guy you said repeatedly sexually assaulted you? And facing those incredulous questions from defense attorney Brian Steele, Eva, Mia simply said, yes, I was in an abusive relationship. She explained that she was traumatized and almost sounded like she was leading this double life, concealing what she had happened to her in this toxic and traumatizing work experience, but also being a good corporate soldier and promoting Combs when required.
You hear this narrative they pushing? That's bogus. This is a bogus narrative. She just said that man was sexually assaulting her. Then how she say this?
In Lower Manhattan, outside the federal courthouse, that's where we find Aaron Katursky, our chief investigative correspondent. And Aaron, you've been in court there every day of this trial. The witness using the pseudonym Mia was back on the stand today for the second.
Yo, Cassie was fucking with older men before Diddy. Cassie was fucking with older men before Diddy. Cassie wanted to get on. By any means necessary. Which y'all not understand? She wanted to get on by any means necessary. The last guy she was fucking with was 10 years older than her. He was a producer. She go from the producer to Diddy to saying, if I leave Diddy, I gotta go to Jay-Z. Cassie was trying to get on, man. Now it's fucked up that Diddy used that against her. But he wouldn't be able to use that against her if she wasn't so hell-bent on being famous. Ryan Leslie, thank you. 10 years older than her. Cassie a victim. Diddy ain't serve no laced drinks, man. Diddy didn't serve no laced drinks. Yo, why would Diddy... Yo, listen. Yo, why would a multi-millionaire damn near a bit... Why he gotta serve laced drinks? That man wasn't serving no laced drink. It wasn't no drinks laced with GHB. Wasn't no GHB in the baby oil. All that shit was lies, man. All that shit was lies. It never came out in court. I'm just speaking on what came out in court and what I read in documents. Bill Cosby wasn't rich at that time. Bill Cosby was doing that shit in the 70s when everybody was taking Quaaludes. That's what they was doing back then. They was taking Quaaludes. That shit ain't become a crime to the 2000s. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta provide context to the situation, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a Diddy party. Y'all still getting that shit confused. Diddy parties and Diddy freak-offs aren't the same. See, y'all following these dumbass YouTubers that's pushing narrative. They're not telling y'all the truth. They pushing narratives. A lot of these motherfuckers working for agencies, CNN, Fox News, and they acting like they independent bloggers. They're not. They're not. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your favorite YouTuber fuck around work for CNN. When do they go against the grain? When do they go against the grain? Go watch your favorite YouTuber that covers this type of stuff and see, do they ever go against the narrative? Ever.
Second day in a row. Today she faced cross-examination. What happened?
Ain't no over 80 women. Them lawsuits was fake as shit. What you talking about? Them lawsuits wasn't real? Ira? Them lawsuits getting tossed out left and right, man. Lil Rod lawsuit tossed out. A lot of them motherfucking Tony Busby lawsuits tossed out. Ariel Mitchell sued for $50 million for lying. See, y'all, what I'm saying? Y'all don't got the information, man. Because the people that's pushing narratives ain't telling the truth. Man, no, forever, what it is. Oh, shit, I gotta get my charge. My phone on 5%.
Examination when she was confronted, Eva, with her own social media posts, and they were flattering about Sean Combs. They called him everything from legend to her mentor, her inspiration, her rock star unicorn, whatever that is. Just entirely flattering. And the defense showed these and then asked, that's the guy that traumatized you? That's the guy you said repeatedly sexually assaulted you? And facing those incredulous questions from defense attorney Brian Steele, Eva, Mia simply said, yes, I was in an abusive relationship. She explained that she was traumatized and almost sounded like she was leading this double life, concealing what she testified happened to her in this toxic and traumatizing work experience, but also being a good corporate soldier and promoting Combs when required on social media.
Brian Steele, one of Sean Combs' attorneys, asked her a lot of questions about November 4th. What's the significance of that date?
That's Sean Combs' birthday. It's also the day that Mia testified she was first sexually assaulted by Sean Combs. She said it happened at the Plaza Hotel here in New York City when they were in the penthouse. She said Combs pulled her alone into the kitchen, put his hand up her dress and forcibly kissed her when she did not want him to. And so defense attorney Brian Steele then questioned why she would send Combs all of these birthday wishes. There would be these photo collages. There was even one handwritten happy 45th birthday Puff Daddy and a long handwritten note flattering Sean Combs for all that he had accomplished. And Steele kept coming back to, this was a date that stuck in your mind. And Mia resisted a bit. She said, I knew the date to be Sean Combs' birthday, but she didn't think about it as the date of her first sexual assault.
Prosecutors...
Yo, listen to that. Yo, he not reading it right. Let me show you what really happened. Show you what really happened. Mia undergoes tough cross-examination from Brian Steele after saying she and Diddy were best friends, despite sexual assault allegations against him. How are you best friends with a man you say raped? Brian Steele started the defense cross-examination of Mia Steele. Mia Steele asked Mia a series of questions to confirm the treatment she testified she endured while working for Diddy. Brian Steele: because of Sean Combs, you suffer a great deal, right? Mia: right. Steele: just seeing him call you made you throw your phone, true? Mia: true. He made you do things that were unthinkable. Mia: yes. Making you sleep in a room with a lock and coming in and violating you in your most unthinkable way, true? Yes. Steele presented a 2013 social media post from Mia as evidence. Mia confirmed the post was from her personal social media account. She wrote, "This is what we can do when you're not around. I am Diddy, Sarat." Steele questioned Mia about tagging Diddy in the post after alleging he raped her. Steele: you tagged him years after you say he raped you. Yes. Steele continued with more evidence from social media account. He presented a post from Burning Man and questioned Mia about her previous testimony in which she alleged Diddy forced her to take drugs against her will. You say he made you take drugs against your will at Burning Man, but you posted about it. Mia: yes. Mia previously testified Diddy sexually assaulted her during a celebration for his 40th birthday. Steele questioned Mia about this assault and presented an old social media post of Mia wishing Diddy a happy birthday. But this message in this one, another same day posting, the anniversary of you being sexually assaulted by Sean Combs according to your testimony. I didn't celebrate it as an anniversary of that, but his birthday. So she say Diddy sexually assaulted her on his birthday, when he turned 40. But when he turned 41, she posted him again. So Brian Steele say, ain't this the anniversary of you being sexually assaulted by Combs? So Steele say, what did you write? Thank you for giving me an extended family for life. You're fucking funny. I love you. Yo, is this how you talk to your sexual abuser? Thank you for giving me an extended family for life. You're fucking funny. I love you. This is the girl that was sexually assaulted, y'all. May also confirmed, May also shown a YouTube comedy skit showing her in a hospital gown giving birth with Diddy as the doctor. Mia said it was funny. It was a funny video. I was proud to be in it. Mia also confirmed she referred to Diddy as her mentor and brother in said social media post. Steele presented another birthday post for Mia to Diddy, which she wrote 5 years after she was sexually assaulted. Mia confirmed she wrote, "Thank you for being my friend." This girl was sexually assaulted, man. This girl was sexually assaulted, man. This girl lying. Still presented more of Mayor's social media posts, which included photos of Diddy, promotion of some of his products, and a birthday post for his son, Justin Combs. Still pointed out that Mayor did not state she was traumatized by Diddy in this post. Instead, Mayor shared a happy and celebratory message. Still asked Mayor about the posting and the picture of the person who ruined her life in reference to Diddy. Mayor replied, "And my boss." She told Steele she was not forced to make the post in question. Early in cross-examination, Steele asserted Mayor told prosecutors she doesn't remember how many times she was sexually assaulted. He circled back on this assertion and asked, "How did you forget about waking up with a man on top of you, having his way with you?" Mayor replied, "I was in fear of upsetting him. The moments other than when we were best friends." Get the fuck out of here, y'all. So one minute he's sexually assaulting you. The next minute, y'all best friends. How the fuck does that make sense to people? Mia replied, still, how are you best friends with a man you say rapes you? Her reply, ask my therapist. Get the fuck out of here. We can ask you. The fuck, you got to answer everything else. Now we got to ask your therapist. The fuck out of here, man. Now let's go back to this, since we got the truth.
Asked Mia today about the time she was suspended from her job for Sean Combs. Tell us about that.
Sean Combs suspended her on several occasions. She said an off-it had occurred without explanation, and the only thing that she could think was that it happened.
No, Mia was a personal assistant that was cool with Cassie, and Diddy ended up fucking her behind Cassie back.
After Combs was violent with her, or she witnessed violence and somehow reacted to it, either ran away or tried to hide. And she told the jury about some of these, what she considered to be specious reasons for being suspended. And when she would try to reach out, it was almost as if she was getting an eye roll.
Let's go to Tisa. Let's go to Tisa Tells, the CNN host. Let's go to Tisa Tells. I know a lot of people get the information from her. Look at what she's saying happened in court today. She's doing too much rambling. That's the only thing about her.
Get a load of this.
The new jackpot. Like, it doesn't make sense. But listen, he did, from a defense point, what needed to be done. Was it vile? Was it... But I expect that from a defense attorney. He, at one point, and the funny thing is, Mia, I don't want to pass judgment, but he literally at one point said, are you a weak person? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know, maybe I am. I wanted her to stand up tall. And he was like, well, why would you keep looking for somebody that is? I would have literally shot back, but why in the world? She could have shot so many questions back to him, but instead she kept on pulling on, and it was relentless, and it was a bloodbath, and I expect that from defense. But let's talk about the way the jury reacted, because that's the thing that surprised me. It let me know that as much as the prosecution is doing a great job of building a RICO case, as much as they're doing a great job of... The biggest hurdle is getting over people's minds over what...
Listen what she said the jury did.
Ready to invest like a pro?
When Brian Steele was cross-examining Mia, listen to what she said the jury was doing.
We have three. The third word we really don't need to pay much mind to, but I will say this, the person on the third row has the most... From the left, right, there is a man, another man, a woman, a man, and then another woman. The girl in the middle row, from the beginning, she's been on some BS. She's been smirking, she's been laughing every single time. I believe it was in week 2. At one point, she turned around and tapped her person next to her and said, she's lying to the witness. This is in the middle of a witness testifying. So she's been on some BS, right?
No, see, this is the thing, yo. People can see through. It's not BS. The case is BS. That's what's BS, man. What's up, Deanna? He didn't sex traffic these people. Now, did he whip some ass? He done whip some ass. Don't get me wrong, and I don't respect it, but sex traffic, it's a stretch.
Thing that happened was the people in the front row. There was a guy in the front row. He's all the way over to the left. He literally, when Brian Steele was like, why would you continue working to somebody that raped you? I don't know. Let's look at all of the sexual assault cases.
You know she's telling the truth now because she rarely ever says anything positive for Diddy. So if she's saying something positive, it got to be the truth. She can't spin it no other way.
actually happened. He literally raised his eye and smirked.
Well, you should, y'all.
Kidney
Nobody
answered the
should care.
question. He put his pen.
Nobody should care about this case because they're trying to change the definition of sex trafficking. They're trying to change the definition of sex trafficking and make it more universal. All they're going to do is attack black people with it. This Diddy case is way bigger than Diddy. It's way bigger than Diddy. This is like a trial run. If we can pull this off, now we can go after some of these other guys that's flying women out state to state having sex.
Pen down and was like, and scoffed. The girl next to him started moving her chair around like it was Christmas, looking.
Oh, the
she
millionaires
was
doing it
salivating. She
too.
was
They all
enjoying
doing it.
Brian still ripping her apart. And every single time that Brian still would dunk on the witness, she would kind of nod her head like, yeah, that's right. When I say I was looking at them like, I literally was sitting there like, Ralph, do something. The judge was not paying attention.
Yeah, oh yeah, we talked about him. You must be new over here. The Abercrombie and Fitch dude, they say he's not. They sending him to rehab for 6 months. They say he's not competent to stand trial. That's what's going on with him.
We go 2 people down. There was 2 guys sitting there laughing while she was telling what happened to her. We jump back to the second row. The one girl with the ponytail that everybody says is a problem, the guy next to her, they were sitting there smirking like, yep. She literally mouthed to the guy next to her, I told you. And he's nodding along. It was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath that happened. And it was sad and it was pathetic. And I wish the judge would have gotten control of the courtroom. Again, Brian still did it good. Those lawyers from Atlanta, they did what needed to be done. But at a certain point, it's just like they need to get another expert witness on. They need to talk about what happened, okay? Also, Ty Cindy, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me calm down. Listen,
Yo, I just don't understand, yo. Why is she fighting so hard for Diddy to go to prison? Like, yo, she is fighting vigorously. You heard me? Sister Tells ain't no. Sister Tells working with an agency. Sister Tells probably work for CNN or Fox News or something. Y'all crazy. See, people don't be knowing what's going on this internet, man. I ain't saying nothing. Just don't think she independent. You know how much money it costs to be there? She don't live in New York. You know the price of living in New York? For her to be in New York for 2 months while this trial was going on, you know how much money that's costing? You think she paying that out of pocket? I want to know who she married, who her boyfriend is. I don't even think she like black man. She probably worked with a motherfucker that worked for CNN or worked for one of the motherfucking agencies. Yeah, man. Oh, she's staying on Jersey. Well, that's a little cheaper.
This is not a rumor. It's all over the news. Check it out. Can y'all let me know one in the chat if Trump did say that he was going to consider pardoning Diddy? He did? Okay.
Yeah, so
we have Dennis Byron over here literally saying that, and Ung's Blue, thank you so much for the super chat, that Trump says that he is considering pardoning Diddy. You guys, you know the funny thing is that everybody that's saying that Diddy's so innocent and Diddy needs this and that, tell me someone that's so innocent that the only way you can live is by bullying, harassing, suppressing evidence, and the President of the United States has to get involved to actually see if you are going to be pardoned. Rosie Method's said, be safe, sending hugs and prayers. Y'all, listen. Tammy Payton, thank you so much for your super chat. I want to know who voted for the person that talked about he going to charge him.
I just wanted to show y'all what the jury was saying about that girl's testimony. The jury see that that mayor girl was lying. She lying. Now what I saying? Oh, so who pays this? Pop Savage.
2012. Were you kidnapped? Yes. When did you first meet Mr. Combs?
When I moved to NYC in 2002. We were super platonic friends. A headhunter said I should work for him as a personal assistant. I did, until 2006.
Your duties.
Shadow him from wake up.
What you mean, Juanita? Man was lying. We just listened to what you ain't hear the cross-examination of Mia? She proclaimed her love for Diddy after she was sexually assaulted numerous times. What you mean? She lying like a motherfucker. She said it's a toxic workplace environment. This is what she said at first. Says working for Diddy was chaotic. It was toxic. The highs were really high and the lows were really, really low. She said she would get in trouble if she left Diddy home without his permission and wasn't allowed to lock doors. She said he helped run Revolt with Diddy, caused experience overwhelmingly awesome, despite toxic work conditions. Says Diddy sexually assaulted her. She says one night Diddy kissed her, and then the sexual advances progressed. As he got on top of her another night while she was in bed sleeping and put his private part in her. She recalls him making sexual advances on private planes. She said she attempted to warn him about others on a plane, but said it didn't stop him. Mia said, asked if she told him no. Mia said she couldn't say no to Diddy, even over small things, fearing he see it as disapproval, and she'll lose everything she worked for. She feared she'll never work in the industry again. So the defense shows social media posts of Mia sharing happy memories with Diddy, months and years after alleged sexual assault. Mia admits they were best friends. Defense questions Mia claims of assaults, violence, and coercion after she admitted she was best friends with Diddy and didn't ever want to upset him. Years after she was allegedly assaulted, Mia took time and energy to create a scrapbook to gift Diddy for his 45th birthday. The book included pics dating as far back as 1996. You could have quit. Defense assert Mia could have quit working for Diddy at any time, but she admits she wanted to stay at Revolt because she helped them build it. Anniversary of assault. Defense showed evidence of Mia wishing Diddy a happy birthday for years after Diddy allegedly sexually assaulted her at his 40th birthday party. Brian Steele called this the anniversary of her assault. Mia said she didn't remember the date as that. Yo, call that shit the anniversary of her assault. Brian Steele dead wrong for that, man. So years after she got assaulted on Diddy's birthday, she continues celebrating Diddy birthdays. Brian Steele said she was celebrating the anniversary of the assault. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. It's a crazy thing to celebrate. Mental health and abusive relationship. That was wild. Mia testified she wanted to take her own life after she lost her job due to Diddy ending Revolt Films, classified herself as a sexual victim who was just trying to survive. Oh, that's why Diddy ended Revolt. That's why she a victim now. Diddy admitted he needed help. Mia testified she was scared Diddy would kill her, but remained in his life because he would admit he needed help after being violent. She said trauma brain won over her logic brain, which caused her not to understand the way she was being treated was wrong. Man, this girl ain't no motherfucking victim. It's real victims out here, y'all. And these people ain't them.
Then what?
Head of women's for Sean Jean.
How long?
A year. Then global brand director for Sean Combs. Name and likeness due diligence to grow the brand.
This is Capricorn. This is Capricorn Clout testimony.
Until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura.
Did you work in this building?
Yes, we moved there in 2005.
Your first day. Where did Mr. Combs take you?
Central Park, after dark, along with Uncle Paulie. He looked like a linebacker.
Does this photo look like him?
No, he doesn't have on the blackout shades he wore all the time.
What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park?
That since I'd worked for Mr. Knight, if anything happened, he might have to kill me.
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
How did you take it?
Seriously, it had gravitas.
How did you react?
I said, I didn't have anything to do with that stuff.
At this moment, the defense objected and was sustained.
What was Paulie's role?
All aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Ruben.
Who's D-Rock?
A good friend of Biggie Smalls, running back type body.
Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a gun?
Yes, in my home.
And did he talk about it?
He, Mr. Combs, told Chris Lighty he had a gun. He had a problem with 50 Cent.
Were you ever accused of stealing?
Yes, jewelry. It had been given to me. It was on loan.
It went missing?
Yes.
What did you do?
Peterborough, I called 1440 and told them to lock it down.
What did Uncle Paulie do?
He questioned me 3 hours.
You went home?
To Queens, yes, with Uncle Paulie. He searched my house.
Where did Uncle Paulie take you?
1710 Broadway. It was dilapidated. It was being fixed up, but I didn't know that. Uncle Paulie took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us. There was a 6-foot folding table and a heavyset man.
Can you describe him?
5 of me. 2 linebackers. He was chain smoking.
Did Uncle Paulie stay?
No, intermittently he came back.
What did the heavyset man say?
I was there to take a lie detector test.
What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test?
That they would throw me in the East River.
At this moment, the defense objected and then asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
What was his demeanor?
Very serious. I was terrified.
Did you want to be taking the test?
No, I was afraid.
How was the test?
Wires on you and they question you. Did I steal?
Did he tell you the results?
He said to calm down. That he couldn't get a good reading and he might have to throw me in the East River.
Anyone
Now,
else?
this is another co-defendant, y'all. Suge Knight testified. Suge Knight did an interview and said he don't believe nothing she's saying because how was you so scared of Diddy and you hung around Suge Knight for years? And we already know what Suge Knight was involved in. So she was used to this type of behavior. She was used to this lifestyle. Y'all think Diddy was moving worse than Suge Knight? In Suge Knight prime in his heyday? Fuck no. Suge Knight was around gang members. Certified head crackers. Diddy, we don't hear none of that about Diddy. We just hear about Diddy and his bodyguards. This girl wasn't scared. If she was scared, why would Diddy go get her to go kill Kid Cudi? Do that make sense to people? Will you go pick up somebody that you think gonna tell on you to go kill somebody? They asked her why she didn't call the police. She said because the mission was Kid Cudi. That tells you how she rocking. That lady wasn't scared of nothing. She bluffing. This is another person that was a co-conspirator that participated in all the crimes that he did. And now, since the hammer is coming down, she's a victim now.
In the building?
Not to my knowledge.
Could you leave?
No, Paul said no.
What did Paul say at the end?
That he'd come back the next day to figure this out. We started again. Another lie detector test in the same location. All day.
Were you free to leave?
No.
How long did this go on?
5 days.
Did you tell anyone where you were?
No, I was just trying to survive it. I worked under an NDA.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge sustained it and told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What would you have been doing?
Shadowing Mr. Combs.
What happened after 5 days?
That I could return to work. That Mr. Combs would see me the next week.
Did Mr. Combs ever discuss it with you?
No.
Why did you continue to work with Mr. Combs?
If I left, they'd think I stole.
What were your days like?
From his townhouse at 74th Street and Park in the morning to Daddy's house studio at night.
How much sleep did you get?
On a good day, 4 hours. On a bad day, 2. I got a stress condition. I was paid $55,000.
Did you get paid overtime?
No, I spoke to the head of HR. She said I was owed $80,000.
How did Mr. Combs respond?
He ripped up the paper.
Would Mr. Combs stay at hotels?
Yes.
With whom?
Kim Porter. Once a week.
What names would he book rooms under?
Frank Black. Frank White.
And the girlfriends?
Jackie Starr.
Where did he stay?
Intercontinental Buckhead in Atlanta. Beverly Hills Hotel in LA.
What were in his bags?
A camera, small bottles of baby oil and lube, cameras, every time.
What would you be doing?
Watching TV, ordering room service, keeping up on sleep. Afterward, I'd sweep the room for anything left behind.
Any damage?
She committing
Baby
crimes.
oil.
How frequently would Mr. Combs stay in a hotel with Cassandra Ventura in...
She committing crimes. They say Diddy was sex trafficking. She said she was there to clean it up. Ain't that a crime? Wouldn't that constitute a crime? By law, by what the feds are saying? Basically she was the fixer. She came and cleaned up all the mess that was made, that was left behind the freak offs. Damn, y'all. That's what she did. That's a criminal, y'all. Not a victim. I just want y'all to hear these people, y'all, so y'all can understand these are not victims. Stop letting the media sell you this fucking lie that, oh, we got another victim on the stand. No, they're not victims. That's the whole point of this video. We haven't heard from a victim yet in Diddy trial. One victim on the stand yet, y'all.
2008.
Like once a week at L'Hermitage, the London Intercontinental, for several days. The IV dripped.
Did he speak to you about his relationship with Ms. Ventura?
Yes, Ms. London was there.
She came to
Chef
the
Jordan
IV.
in the other room. He called Cassie over and asked her to watch the other room. She did it.
What did he say?
You won't do that. That's why you don't have a man.
What did you say?
Your mother f***ing right.
Did you observe Mr. Combs obtain...
A girlfriend in NY, in LA from One Stop. Molly, ecstasy.
My bad, y'all. Are we back? Is we back live? My fucking phone died. Somebody let me know if we back live or not. All right, good. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, I just want y'all to listen to some Damon, what it is. Nigga, fuck, you been out all night. I just want y'all to listen to these people, man. These people are committing crimes, man. These people aren't victims.
Ask you to get...
She was the one that was distributing the IVs. She was the IV woman.
Him?
Yes. See.
And in the south of France?
He asked me to get cocaine. I said, for who?
What? Look, she was a drug mule. So she wasn't just the IV lady, she was also a drug mule.
You to get drugs for him?
Yes. See.
And in the south of France?
He asked me to get cocaine. I said, for who?
Why?
I wasn't going to do it, given how my mother died.
At this moment, the defense objected and asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
Who did Mr. Combs say the drugs were for?
He said, not me.
Did you get them?
Yes, through the Spanish security guard. He also got prescription toiletry bag I'd carry or
he got prescription drugs in her name. It's another crime. She probably one of the biggest criminals in the case. She probably one of the biggest criminals. I think she committed more crimes than Diddy, y'all.
What about bulk cash?
Yes, 100,000 euro coming back from Europe.
Where'd he get it?
Club bookings in Europe. He'd keep it, then give it to security, then into his bedroom and personal safe.
Was Mr. Combs with you?
Yes, at Star Island. He told me, you are not to leave this house. Pharrell Williams was brought in by boat. I returned Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where the F are you? You can't have a life. One time, I asked the chef if there was turkey bacon. She said, no f***ing turkey bacon. I said, I hate it here. The chef told Mr. Combs, and he put me.
What did he say?
If you hate it here, get the K out of here.
Did you leave your employment?
I did.
But you returned?
As global brand director.
Why?
He was impressed by what I did in the job I'd left for, a couple of albums. He said, "You wouldn't have to work directly for me."
What were you doing for Ms. Ventura?
Managing her image, maximize the optics for her. For Sean Combs, he had final approval on everything.
In L.A.,
He's supposed to.
where did you live?
A gated community. We had followed Kim Porter there.
Look,
Where was
living
Ms.
great.
Ventura?
In New York City on West End. She would come to LA and stay with him, or with me, or in a hotel.
Who else was Ms. Ventura seeing?
Scott Muscuddy, Cuddy.
How'd you learn that?
She brought him to my apartment.
What did she say?
She texted me they were going to this public place in LA. I told her it was a bad idea, and to delete the text.
Why?
If Mr. Combs learned about Mr. Muscuddy, Mr. Combs paid for my phone, and hers. I took Cassie to Best Buy to get a burner phone.
When did Mr. return to town?
Not long after. He took Cassie to a hotel, the Cipriani.
Why the fuck my phone
December
keep dying,
22nd, 2011, between 5:30 and...
No, it's not my service, it's my damn charger. That shit keep going out. Just did got my phone with that. I don't know why the fuck that shit doing that. Chargers don't typically do that, man. What we was doing. It's charging now. I don't even want to touch it. You said it's my hairline? Think so? Get the hairline doing it?
6 a.m. There was banging at my door.
What did you see through the peephole?
A furious puff.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge told the prosecution to ask another question.
What was his movement?
Pacing with something in his hand.
Did you open the door?
I did.
What was he wearing?
Button-down sweater, torn pants, and he was holding a gun. He came into my apartment and said, "Why didn't you tell me? Who is Scott?" I said, "I don't know any Scott."
What did he say?
"We're going to go kill this N-word."
Where was the gun?
In his hand. I said I didn't want to go. He said, "I don't give a what you want. Get dressed."
What concerns did you have?
He'd never come to my house.
Did you try to escape?
No, I got dressed.
Who joined in?
Reuben, in the black Escalade. Executive class.
Where was Reuben?
Driver's seat. I got in the back seat, right-hand side. Mr. Combs was in the left, next to me. Usually he would have sat in the front. Was in his lap.
How long does it take to drive from your home at the time to Cuddy's house in the Hollywood Hills?
If you push it, 15 to 20 minutes.
What did Mr. Combs and Rube do at Cuddy's house?
They went in.
Could you see in?
Yes.
What did you do?
I called Cassie on her burner.
One of the biggest.
I said, "Cassie, where the I told her Puff was at Cootie's house. Then I changed her number in my phone to my best friend Stormy.
What did you hear on the phone?
That Scott was at Cassie's.
When Mr. Combs came back?
He took my phone and called the last number. Then I saw Cootie driving up. Mr. Combs saw my face and said, "There's that N-word right there." We drove off and saw the police driving the other way, toward Cuddy's. Puff was pulling himself together. We stopped at the Key Club and he told me to call Cassie.
What did he tell you to tell Cassie?
That he had me and wouldn't let me go.
How did Ms. Ventura respond?
She said, "Okay, come get me." She was calm.
Who drove you home?
Reuben.
What did Mr. Combs then tell you?
To convince Cuddy not to say that it had been him at his house.
Ugh.
I picked up Cassie.
Where did you go?
We went to Cuddy's.
Commit more crimes. So she was there when Diddy posed with Kid Cudi house. But now she convincing Kid Cudi not to press charges. It's another crime. We didn't heard her commit 3-4 crimes in her testimony so far.
And tried to convince him not to file a police report.
What did you tell them?
That Puff came to my house with a gun.
What did you tell them he said?
If you tell on him, he'll hurt.
What was Mr. Muscuddy's reaction?
Mind blown.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained, and the judge told the jury to disregard the last answer.
What happened at the house?
He was kicking Cassie again and again.
How was Cassie?
In the fetal position. Mr. Combs took her all the way to the street. She was crying silently.
Where was he kicking her?
Her backside.
Where were you?
5 feet away. Says Rube.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, if you jump in, I'm going to pay you up too.
What did Rube do?
Nothing.
Who did you call?
D-Rock, I told him, tell your brother to stop Puff. He has kept the SG out of her. I called Paulie too. I said he'd take care of it, but Rube did nothing.
What next?
Mr. Combs told me to get the out too. I left on foot.
Could you still see her getting kicked?
Until I went around the bend.
Then who did you call?
Regina Ventura. I told her, he's kicking the shit out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can.
Why didn't you call the police?
The mission of the day was to get Cootie, so no calling police.
That's like a to me. He asked her why she didn't call the police. She said the mission of the day was to get Cuddy. Ain't no calling the police. I don't think that sounds like a suspect to me, y'all. Is that not suspect? Is that victim? Is that a victim mentality or is that a suspect? Somebody let me know in the comments, man. Why did you call the police? There was no calling the police. We was trying to kill Kid Cudi.
This email, who is it from?
Cassie. She wrote that he would be releasing tapes about me, and he would have someone else hurt me and Scott Mascuti.
Do you recall if you responded to this?
I don't.
Did law enforcement call you?
The arson investigators. Cootie had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this over.
What did Mr. Combs say to you?
He said, I should kill you, bitch, and I should cut her face.
How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you?
I'd say 50 times. D-Rock was there, just doubling down on whatever Puff was saying in the moment.
Who is Harv Pierre?
The president of Bad Boy Records. I told him Puff had kidnapped me.
What did Harv Pierre tell you?
He said, that's crazy, but it's going to be okay. I got a termination notice. I was accused of not properly putting in for the vacation I was on.
Had you put in?
Yes, to Harv Pierre.
Did you lose benefits?
All of them. Health, 401k, my house and car.
What did Mr. Combs say?
That I would never work again, that he would make me kill myself.
Did you get a job offer?
I did, but it fell through. I couldn't get a job.
Did you settle with Mr. Combs?
In October 2012.
At this moment, the defense objected, and then they asked if he can approach, and they had a sidebar. Then they continued.
Aside from that settlement agreement, do you have any other pending litigation against Mr. Combs?
No.
Did you go back to work for him?
2016, no one else would hire me. Cassie had a new record deal with Epic.
Who did you have to get approvals from?
Sean Combs. Cassie was taking more drugs.
Was she still dating Mr. Combs?
Yes.
In December 2023, why did you retain an attorney?
I was traumatized by Cassie's civil complaint. Her complaint did not reference me. I reached out to Mr. Combs and said, I want my life back. You kidnapped me.
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
Was there a discussion of you working for Mr. Combs again?
Yes, as chief of staff.
When did you last speak with Ms. Ventura?
2018.
And Mr. Mascuti?
2012.
Questions.
At this moment, it was time for the cross-examination.
We met in April 2024. You had a lawyer, Brian Friedman?
Yes.
You wanted to come back and work with Mr. Combs, right?
We discussed it. Yes.
You saw Ms. Jarrett
in 2024. After all this trauma that she endured, she came back in 2018 and then wanted to come back in 2024. God damn. I don't think, I don't say like these people tell against their will, man. It was a lot of leaving and coming back. And I don't think Diddy reached out to them. I mean, Diddy don't seem like the type that reached back. You know, once you're gone, you're gone.
Virgo's taking notes?
Yes.
You said you didn't think Cassie was good for Mr. Combs. Why?
I just thought they were toxic.
Tell me about when you were in NY.
I was in the Bronx. I hated it. It was 2002. I met Jeanette, then Mr. Combs. In 2001 was the World Trade Center thing. Then I met Mr. Combs.
He wasn't doing drugs, right?
He did ecstasy in Daddy House.
But it got worse?
Yes.
You authorized Mr. Freeman to seek a job for you?
It was all very procedural. Lawyer to lawyer.
But you were told you couldn't be given a job in the middle of the investigation?
I don't remember that.
Read this and let me know when you're done. Do you remember saying you had the biggest crush on him?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of 403. Then the judge asked the defense, and the defense said, state of mind. And the prosecution answered with, it's offering the truth. The defense said, we had a stipulation on this. Then they had a sidebar, then continued.
You called him Chalk for chocolate?
I did.
You started with Def Jam, Run DMC?
I don't go back that far. I'm more Foxy Brown, Redline, Jay-Z.
So how did you come to work for Mr. Combs?
I put my resume on Monster. After the World Trade Center thing, he said, you'd work for me? I was like, maybe. He was acting on Broadway and Raisin in the Sun. I was impressed.
He had a major part?
He was a star. Then I shadowed him on the Vote or Die campaign. My job was to get the t-shirts on the celebrities and into the photo shoots. I'd call them and say, Puff wanted them to come.
And they came?
They did.
How long before the jewelry missing thing?
It was about 4 months. On the 4th of July, he threw a white party at his home on the Hamptons that year with Vote or Die.
When did the jewels missing happen?
After July 4th. The jewels were still on loan to street level of 1440 for manicures.
She ain't mentioned that at first. So somebody else got a lie detected too. But yo, you see, yo, that's why yo, you can't just. I'm glad I watched this, y'all, because people not reporting that. How many people you heard when they talk about how she got kidnapped and her lie detector test? How many YouTubers or bloggers you heard mention that she wasn't the only one? Because I haven't. Everybody I watched only said she got kidnapped. She was put in an abandoned building. They was going to throw her in the Mississippi River. And they wasn't even in Mississippi. They was in New York and was going to drive all the way to Mississippi just to throw her in the river. It's like, no, they didn't say that. But she did say she was going to get thrown in the Hudson River. But everybody failed to mention that somebody else was lie detected too. So is this person, man, is he testifying to say he was kidnapped as well? Or is this just, you know, some shit that's just pertaining to her? Well, she the only one kidnapped.
The lie detector test was the next day.
You never told HR?
No, I got fired for 3 weeks.
How did you get unfired?
I went to work on his 35th birthday at Cipriani to do the celebrity list. I came back.
2004 to 2006?
No.
As personal assistant?
Then liaison. I was making $65,000 for Combs, then $90 at Jive.
Why'd you come back to Combs?
I had gotten top records for R. Kelly. Mr. Combs said he was impressed, asked me to come back for Sean Jean for women. I think I was a really good employee for him.
He told you you were awesome?
He did not use that word.
You worked hard for him?
I did.
Others worked hard too, right?
Not as hard as me. I did learn a lot from Mr. Combs. He broke that glass ceiling for us black people in the business world.
Do you need a minute?
Wow.
No, it's just complicated.
At this moment, they took a break, then continued.
When you went into the park, it was to Tavern on the Green.
We parked there. Earlier in the day in the park, we ran into Nas.
When you say he had Ms. Ventura spin, who was there? Let me show you what you said. You said Lorianne Gibson was there?
They misheard me.
When did you first meet Cassie Ventura?
I met her with Ryan Leslie.
Why did you not get along with Cassie sometimes?
In 2008, she got more bravado being his girlfriend. It lasted. She thought I was being paid to help her.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge sustained it and told the defense to re-ask it.
What did you see?
She went from being a sweet model to being a feisty girlfriend.
Do you think she was talented?
She had talent and was very beautiful.
But not talented?
She was not. I have good taste.
Damn.
Talented to me is Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey.
Damn.
Cassie, she was more of a studio musician. She needed things equalized.
Did she perform live?
A couple times. Not the greatest.
Was she a hard worker?
At times.
When wasn't she a hard worker?
She preferred to be with her boyfriend. When we moved to LA after Kim had the twins, 2009-ish, I saw her developing more of her relationship with Puff, with Mr. Combs.
He supported her?
Yes, with stylists, other musicians, all the components to make a star.
I ain't saying she, I'm saying she a co-conspirator.
Yes, Young Jock and a group from Atlanta. I developed French Montana. I ran into Cassie. She said she had a new deal with Epic. Like David Bowie. We did a photo shoot at my house. We wrote a mini movie and shot it for the project.
What about Official Girl?
Super cute video.
King of Hearts?
It was fresh. Puff liked it.
Cassie had a green wig?
Yes.
We move to admit this witness.
At this moment, the prosecution said there is a sealing issue.
You don't remember this email?
I don't.
Here in 2012, you are setting up a recording session for Cassie.
Mario Wienans was, for the chairman.
For Mr. Combs?
Yes.
When did you learn Cassie was dating Kid Cudi?
Fall of 2011. I picked her up there.
You believed that after Thanksgiving, Ms. Ventura and Kid Cudi were what?
Getting to know each other.
Why'd you get her a burner phone at Best Buy?
I told her, you cannot do this on your bad boy phone.
How did you know about burner phones?
I grew up in Los Angeles.
In December 2011, Mr. Combs was at an orphanage in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
I heard it was Russia.
How did Mr. Combs get into your building?
I was told the security guard got fired.
What was his name?
Some random security guard.
What did he look like?
Black guy, younger than 35.
What was Mr. Combs doing?
He had it in his hand.
He wasn't pointing it at you?
No.
But you told the government he pointed it at you.
It says, or waved it around. That's more correct.
Where did you change into street clothes?
Didn't I say
In
that
my
the other
closet.
day?
Isn't it true you went so that Mr.
Didn't I say that the other day? She tried like she was threatened, but he put the gun in his waistband. There was never no threat. Like she's saying, man. She was a willing participant. She hung with Suge Knight. She wasn't scared to hang with no motherfucking Puffy.
Combs wouldn't do something stupid?
No, I went because he said he didn't care. I didn't want to go.
Yeah,
He's a jealous
this
guy?
is not one of them.
He has a bad temper.
She's not a victim. You hear all the crimes they committed? She done testified to committed about 5 crimes. These aren't victims, y'all. Stop saying that shit. The fuck. Every time you say, oh, you feed into the dumbass media narrative, you feed into propaganda. These are co-conspirators. These are suspects that's folding on Diddy. They're not victims.
To the Escalade, did you pass a security guard?
I saw him in his little hut.
Mr. Combs was behind the driver with a gun on his lap. You made a call?
Not then.
Did you look at Kid Cudi's door to see if they could get through it?
I was not really paying attention. I was so in my head, trying to plan my next step. I was praying that Cudi was not.
Did Cassie have 2 rooms?
Cudi took her to one room. She had another.
You are 100% that you called and told them Puff had a gun?
Yes, I said it very quickly. I didn't want Puff to see me on the phone.
Oh,
Did you say that Lauren London was on the phone with you and Cassie and Cudi?
No, only part of the time. I wanted someone to know where I was.
What did you tell her?
I'm scared of mountain lions.
Mountain lions?
I don't know if you know the Hollywood Hills coyotes. Maybe Lauren was on the phone. Maybe. It's such a long time ago.
Are you aware that
Remember
Lauren and
anything
Mr.
else?
Combs were friends for years after this?
Yes.
Then you see the Porsche coming up the hill?
Yes. Cudi is in the black Porsche. He stops next to us, then speeds off. We chase him.
Then?
He
Cudi
loses
ain't say
us.
that.
We turn away. Then we see police pass us.
You
See,
go to
Cudi
pick
ain't
up
mentioned none of
Cassie
that.
and go where?
Cudi's house. There was ADT there.
Then you go to Mr. Combs' house and you say you see Mr. Combs kicking Cassie there and even in the street?
Yes,
You hung up on the fire inspector?
I did.
When you were on vacation, it was with who?
Rihanna.
After you were fired, what job did you get?
I was hired by Chris Lighty to work for 50 Cent.
Here you wrote to Mr. Combs, one day you'll forgive me. Anyway, be well.
Yes.
You wrote on February 28th, 2015, your grace period to be mad at me has surpassed the agreed time LOL. You wrote that.
Yes, sir.
Please read that out loud.
I wrote, she was never my friend. She wanted me gone, I realized.
Did you think Cassie wanted you gone?
Sorry. This is complicated for me. I felt that I was Puff's protector. I felt I was the only one gone. She was still there, and things were getting worse. I tried to keep professionalism as
Hold the fuck up. Saying she was jealous of Cassie. Do that not sound like jealousy, y'all? You gotta rewind it a little bit more.
never my friend. She wanted me gone, I realized.
Did you think Cassie wanted you gone?
Sorry. This is complicated for me. I felt that I was Puff's protector. I felt I was the only one gone. She was still there, and things were getting worse. I tried to keep professionalism as the goal.
You thought you could be his protector?
It was to move the ball toward the goal, to inspire.
Did it hurt that he would only take you back because Cassie wanted?
Yes, I have no parents. My son is autistic. My stakes are higher, sir.
Can I talk to the government?
At this moment, they had a sidebar and then continued.
Just a few more minutes and we'll get you out today.
Thank you, sir.
You did a lot of great work with Cassie in 2016 and 2017, right?
I believed so.
Cassie had addiction problems?
Yes.
You made a short movie with her?
It was called Love a Loser.
You wrote to him asking for forgiveness?
I wanted my life back, my dream, my competency.
When you met with me, you wanted to work for him, right?
We discussed it.
Nothing further.
At this moment, the redirect began.
How much was Mr. Combs required to pay you?
At this moment, the judge asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
What happened with the job with Chris Lighty?
He died the day before I was supposed to start.
Damn.
Then at Interscope, it wasn't about a job. They told me to leave Puff alone.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
I was blacklisted.
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
Why did you return to work for Mr. Combs?
So people could see
she
I
loved
wasn't
it.
disposable. At this level of business, he held all the power.
She like the
Why
perks.
did you meet them?
Get my life back.
In the killing? Did Mr. Combs carry a...
Yes.
At this moment, the day in court was over, and that was Capricorn Clark's testimony today. Well, what do you think about it? Who do you think did better, the prosecution or the defense? Let me know.
Yo, real. There you go being dumb again, real. The feds is alleging that Diddy is running an enterprise. If Diddy is running an enterprise, then all of these people are complicit. But their case is focusing on domestic violence. She's not on trial. She's allowed to tell about all these crimes that she committed, that she said was on behalf of Diddy. Meanwhile, she faced zero prosecution. Diddy facing life in prison. They go being dumb, y'all. Like, yo, that's why y'all, I refuse to believe you in your 30s, yo. You got to be like 17, bro. Like, it's like you 16, 15 or something. No, I don't want them to be charged. I want the narrative to be correct. I want people to stop calling these motherfuckers victims, and they're not victims. They're not victims. If I send you on a motherfucking mission to rob a bank and you get caught robbing a bank, you ain't no fucking victim. You a suspect. It don't matter if I sent you or not. Should have said no. I am the narrative police. That's exactly what I am, y'all. Get the narrative right. Stop listening to mainstream media. All they do is fucking lie and fill your head up with nonsense. Let's get cold out of this bitch though, y'all. But I'm tired. No, I just did 12-hour shift. We just did a 3-hour live. I think we covered all the topics. Did we cover everything? I wanted to dive into WAC 100. Because WAC 100 is talking to Vlad about how he had his hands on the Tory tape and he was shopping it around and all this federal ass shit. Bottom line, yo, tonight Jake the police. WAC 100 the police. There's no incentive unless you're doing police work. Yeah, we're going to get to it. There's no incentive unless you're doing police work to dive 50 years into the past to find out if Larry Hoover is a rat. No, I don't. I think somebody sent them that. The feds is mad. See, yo, what's going on right now, yo? And the reason why Trump is even mentioning pardoning Diddy, Trump is beefing with the feds right now as we speak. So I won't be surprised if Trump undermines a lot of their moves because he's beefing with the feds. He said that coming in. You know what I mean? He said that coming in, yo, that he trying to fix this federal system because what he said, the federal system is being weaponized. Like they doing against Diddy. Diddy not on trial for sex trafficking. That's just what they telling y'all. Diddy on trial because Diddy crossed the line. That's the shit Trump is fighting against. There's people over top of government. There's people over top of the feds. There's people that can make the federal government move for the right dollar amount. And that's what we're saying right now. That's why Diddy's on trial, man. Somebody put the call in. They ain't telling me what to do. I'm trying to explain y'all what the fuck going on. Yeah, Diddy broke the code, man. He made billions with the liquor company, and they look at him like a nigga. I dare you come at us and try to say racial discrimination after we done got you rich. Even though they did racially discriminate. You know what I mean? That's why part of the reason I'm fighting against that shit, yo, because we can't keep allowing these people to do this. We can't keep allowing these people to say, see if you're gonna get in line or get out the line. No, fuck no. You know what I mean? Why y'all can't just play fair? I play fair with y'all. Play fair with me. That company did Diddy dirty, man. Diddy turned Ciroc into a $1 billion industry. Ciroc, by not industry, but a $1 billion brand by itself. The brand was struggling. All he wanted was his own. All he wanted was De Leon. They said, all right, we're going to give you De Leon, but then they ain't giving no push. They pushed Jose Cuervo, George Clowney. Diddy sends his people down in Mexico to check on the growth of his product. It wasn't no growth. They didn't have no guava plants planted for Diddy at all. That's when Diddy said, you know what? I'm gonna sue y'all motherfuckers for racial discrimination. Next they know Cassie lawsuit come out. Next they know Diddy's arrested. Like, yo, this is bogus, man. Yeah, Cassie's everybody wasn't invited to the freak off, Shantae. Like, yo, them YouTubers was lying. Diddy freak offs is different than Diddy parties. You're not gonna see no celebrities at the freak off unless it's Young Miami or some motherfucker by it. You feel me? Like, you can't just be freaking off with everybody. You crazy? We have Wild King nights. Everybody's not invited to Wild King nights, y'all. I mean, just think about Wild King nights. Should people have an open invitation to that? Like, yo, you don't get an open invitation. That shit, you got to be exclusive. I mean, you got to show your ID before you come to Wild King nights. Everybody that involved in that, you know, Diddy just did that with Cassie and whoever else, but ain't no industry friends involved in that shit. What Meek Mill? Meek Mill wasn't there. Meek Mill's on that Wild King nice, y'all. You know what I mean? Shit got too wild. I'm fucking have a baby on this shit. You know what I mean? Shit get real, man. You can't just let somebody probably slipped and fell with sued. Like, yo, you can't just come in there all willy-nilly and shit. Like, you know what I mean? No. This is an exclusive club, membership only. If you ain't a member, you ain't coming. But no, I'm joking. But for real though, only people that can testify about the freak offs is Diddy and Cassie and the sex workers. They testified. They say Cassie loved it. They say Cassie asked to get peed on. It was her decision. It was her, you know, she made that assertion. You know, she wanted to get peed on by both of them. Like, that was a request that she made. And I don't think she was coerced. I think Diddy introduced her to that freaky shit and she liked it. You know, she fucking around loved it. You know, Cassie might still be doing freak offs. To be honest, she's just doing it with her husband, but we'll never know because they ain't gonna come and lock him up for that shit. I think she probably still. I think once you reach the level of freakiness that Diddy and Cassie was on, I don't think you can come back. Yeah, man, I don't care how after all that freaky shit they was involved in, all the drugs. Yo, can you go back to just having regular sex? I don't know. I don't even want to find out. You hear me? Maybe one of y'all can figure that shit out. I don't want to find out. At the level of freaky that Diddy was on, that shit is diabolical. What you mean? Cassie blackmailed him too. So that's what I'm talking about. It was a lot of blackmail going on. Cassie told Diddy, if you don't give me 20 million, I'm dropping tapes. Is it proof of the baby oil? Hey, don't sleep on the baby oil, man. Steve Harvey fucked with the baby oil too. That's what he said. You like the freak offs? I don't know, man. Them freak offs like they're a little bit too wild for me. I would be one of the ones that don't want no parts of Wild King Nights. I think Remy might need a freak off or two. Get her mind right. I think she need to go to Diddy camp. Yeah, I think Diddy camp gets to get the freak out of a lot of these women. Y'all that be running around. Yeah, but yeah, no, I ain't going to the freak off. Yeah, she did wrong for that, man. Cassie diabolical, yo. Cassie participated in everything that was illegal, got paid, and testified. I think Cassie might be one of the worst women we ever seen in life. Like, just think about that. You participated in everything. Extorted the man. He paid you. Now you trying to send him to jail? God damn, Cassie, like, what's enough? Shit. He paid you for the trauma. You know, just like when a motherfucker go to prison, wrongfully convicted, they get paid for the trauma, right? Yeah, she got paid for her trauma. What the fuck is she doing on the stand? And she was a fucking co-conspirator. She loved it. Right, man, stay the fuck away from Cassies. If y'all want my advice as men, stay the fuck away from Cassies, yo, because they will fuck you over bad. You heard me? And go fuck with a white boy and have kids by him. Don't trust him. Cassie a dirty motherfucker, man. For real. She don't get victim treatment over here. Probably so, Rizzo. She don't get treated like no victim over here because I don't think she no victim. Jermaine didn't have to pay her. She was see all this freaky shit. And that's the great thing about it. Like, how you pay a lawsuit then get charged for it. Like, that shit, though, that's not how it's supposed to go. Diddy wasn't drugging women, man. What are y'all talking about, man? There y'all go with that false narrative. Yo, there's nowhere in this court proceeding where Diddy drugged anybody. The girl Mia is fucking lying. She got exposed for lying. She loved Diddy. She celebrated her anniversary of sexual assault for 5 years later. Like, the girl ain't get assaulted. Man, people love drugs, man. Cassie took the motherfucking ketamine and that motherfucking Tusi, and she was on Clout 9. She was loving it. They was having drunk sex. Didn't Future have a song called Drunk Sex? He didn't drug her, man. He didn't make her take no drugs. He didn't make that girl take no drugs. But people love drugs. You don't have to, you don't really have to make people take drugs, man. And if she take that shit one time, she hooked. She probably took some that pink shit they be sniffing. She probably took some of that shit once or twice, had her freak off, and she was begging for that shit afterwards. Probably Diddy, can you get some more of that Tusi? Try to have a freak off tonight. That shit ain't make her take nothing. Like, the people that Rule, the people that come over here saying that they watching propaganda channels, you know. They watching channels that's really mainstream news channels, but they parading as independent bloggers. Y'all gotta realize what's going on with the internet, yo. The corporations took over YouTube. They took over YouTube, man. So a lot of these people that you watching, that you supporting, that you cash apping and super chatting, that motherfuckers is working for what's this fucking Eminence Neck. Yeah, man, they working for motherfucking Clear Choice. Like, they working for Power 105. Like, you just don't know it because that's how they present it. They present it like it's not connected. But all you gotta do is pay attention, yo. You can't do motherfucking. You got people out this bitch saying they independent. They put 5 uploads a day. You can't do 5 uploads a day, y'all. I done tried it. You know how hard it is to do 5 uploads a day when it take hours to to edit and shit sometimes. Motherfuckers out this bitch with a whole team. They coming on to YouTube with a team. Off the rip, they coming in with a team. Man, shit, I tried it. Most uploads I ever did was probably 3 in a day, maybe 4. You can't do that every day, y'all, unless you're not doing nothing else. Unless your whole day is just uploading videos, and because you gotta speak on it first. So you gotta go live for a couple hours or speak for a couple hours, even be able to break it down like that. Yeah, she liked it, man. People ain't trying to get that girl no accountability, man. I told y'all what she said. She said, if I leave Diddy, I can't go to Jay-Z. That shows you her mentality. It shows you her mentality, man. Cassie was trying to get on by any means necessary. If she could have fucked Donald Trump, she would have. That's what she was on. That's what she was on, man. It just so happened Diddy tricked her into a lifestyle that she enjoyed. When you move like that, those things can happen. When you moving off of greed, you can get tricked into a lifestyle. And there she go. That's what happened. Yeah, she said that, RZA. She said, I can't go to Jay-Z because he married to Beyonce. What you mean am I watching the trial? We just listened to the whole transcripts. I'm definitely watching. You ain't hear Cassie when she said that? Don't you know? You ain't hear when Cassie said that when Capricorn Clark told her to leave Diddy, she said, I can't go to Beyonce, I can't go to Jay-Z. What you hear, I ain't hear. Yeah, my son's scared of me, yo. I've been trying to get my son to talk to me for a year now. That man been ducking. He don't even respond no more when I comment. Whenever he responds, my next comment gonna be like, hey, what's up, when we gonna live? Don't you know? What did you hear that I didn't hear? A whole bunch of snitches that was complicit in crimes. Let me tell you what I hear. I hear a whole bunch of rats that was complicit in crimes and helping to try to bury Diddy because they don't want to go to jail. Now, your turn. What do you hear? What do you see? That's what I see. That's not what you see. I see suspects. I see co-conspirators. I don't see victims. Victims don't come in there with IVs. Victims don't go purchase drugs. Victims don't put prescription bottles in their name to give to somebody else. Those aren't victims. Victims don't hide domestic abusers. I'm not saying they lying. They could be telling the God honest truth. I'm saying that they're not victims. I think that's a strong word to put on people that was committing crimes. I can't go rob a bank, get killed robbing a bank, and then say I was a victim of homicide. Hell no. I was a suspect when I robbed the bank. I was a suspect when I got killed for. I can't rob a bank, come outside, and get killed by a police, and they're like, oh, he's a victim. Fuck no, how the fuck I'm a victim? You said you worked that bed. You worked that bad boy. Remember when she signed next election and her, she immediately went for Puff. Oh yeah? I believe it. She had a plan, yo. She tried to make it seem like Puff pursued her, man. She pursued Puff. She was trying to get on. She was already on that path. She was already on the money. What's the guy name, y'all? I forgot his name. Path before she met Puff. it's a lot of domestic violence. Diddy, that's what Diddy is guilty of. Diddy is guilty of being a horrible person. Diddy is guilty of being abusive towards women. Diddy not guilty of running a sex trafficking organization that was built off forced coercion. No, Diddy not guilty of none of that, man. Diddy ain't do none of that. Only reason I say they might even can find him guilty is just because the domestic violence is so glaring. But you just heard Tessa Tells talk about the jury, and the jury is not buying some of these women's testimony. Yo, some women is sitting back like, yo, how the fuck did you allow this? Like, ain't no way. I don't fuck how much money you got. Ain't no way I'm putting up with that. But then some women that will. And if you will, can you say you're a victim too? That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I'm sure Diddy tried with women and they turned his ass down. Yeah, Capricorn Clark. Suge Knight ain't buying Capricorn Clark testimony. Suge Knight said, man, she was with me. Ain't no way she was scared of Diddy. You feel me? Ain't no way she was scared of Diddy. She was hanging with me. No, people don't want the truth. People like a lie. People still waiting for Diddy to snitch. People still waiting for the industry to come down and Jay-Z next. You know, people, I don't know, people wild. Yo, but it's cold as shit down here, y'all. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. It's like, yo, it's like when it's warm outside, it's cold down here. Well, if it's cold outside, it's warm down here. That shit is fucking crazy. But make sure I hit that like button, y'all. Let's get to 100 likes. So we need 5 more likes. 5 more likes. Let's get to 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 50K. We're keeping it all the way real, like always. Fucking might not agree, but I'm telling you what's going on, y'all. Diddy's being railroaded right now by the system. And it ain't about sex trafficking. They don't give a fuck about sex trafficking. Yo, they been knew Diddy was moving like this. You think in 2024 they found out Diddy was moving like this? You think that it wasn't been people calling them up and saying, yo, Diddy is moving wild. He out here whipping bitches. He kicking Cassie ass. Yo, you think the federal government just found out this information? Man, fuck no, man. Y'all, if y'all think that, y'all must not know how these feds work. They probably got a snitch somewhere around Diddy. Probably been around him for years. These people dirty, man. Dirty ass system. I never praise it. I'm always gonna go against that shit. Unless Diddy was fucking with some underage kids or something. You feel me? Man, Wack got paperwork on every motherfucking body. Wack is a fucking police officer. He's an officer of the law, man. Him, 1090 Jake, they fucking police. That's what they is. That's all he is. There'll never be anything more than it. You feel me? They gonna die police. That's what them niggas is, man. Police ass niggas. Yo, but I'm tired though, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Y'all, come on here, 4 more likes. 4 more likes. We need 4 more likes. It's 169 people here. I'm sure we can get 4 likes. Shouldn't be hard. All you gotta do is tap the screen twice. Bang, bang. That's it. I'm tired of shit, bro. No, I just worked 12 hours, man. 12 fucking hours. I wonder, I've been at work since 12 o'clock p.m. I'm ready to be up 24 hours. And I got a long ass ride tomorrow. I wonder if y'all this Wack 100 shit. Wack 100 was on Vlad. Look how happy this nigga is. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show it. Fuck it. Look how happy Wack 100 is to talk about exposing paperwork. Or just exposing people in general. This man's a whole agent.
No. Is this the episode with the breakup?
Don't do it, Eugene.
Y'all need Realtor.com.
Eugene, no. My man said Eugene Henley. Draws.
What it is.
Look how happy this nigga is. Yo, you thought he was a kid on Christmas. Talking about Tory Lanez getting stabbed. Look at this nigga, y'all. God happy this nigga hit. Where the fuck did they find these niggas at?
A whole lot of stuff, whole lot of drama.
Look, that nigga blushing. Yo, a bitch. Okay, yo. That nigga blushing and shit. Yeah. Yeah. Check him out.
Going on, Vlad, the Vlad community? What's going on, chat?
Man, a lot is going on. This is why you're back so quick. Well, I think right now what we got to talk about is Tory Lanez.
Police ass nigga.
A whole bunch of stuff has come out. A whole bunch of stuff.
A whole lot of stuff, whole lot of drama.
Look,
over the last
love it.
4 or 5 days, I've been in the middle of brokering deals for videos and pictures and which I hate doing because
look. Do this look like a person that hate doing that? Look at his face, y'all. Zoom it on him. Do this look like a person that hates that hates doing that? Fuck, no, he loves it. He loves every minute of it.
I tell them don't do this, and then they do the business, and then the next morning it's somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because Tory Lanez and Tory my guy, but his team is some dirty.
I gotta go on the road tomorrow.
Whoever the lady is, Deanna, Tory always told me, hey, you can get in contact with her. I called her. I said, hey, listen, this is not for the blogs. It's video footage and it's photos. She said, do you got anything that you can authenticate? Have my guys on the phone. So what they did,
that would break them.
It's going to make sense to you. They took one picture, blurred out the face, the other picture, and blurred out
the body. He's so fucking happy.
And I sent him.
That man got steady. He could have damn near died, bro. Like, what's up with these niggas? I don't even want to watch that shit no more. Yo, that man, Tory Lanez could have damn near died, yo. And this nigga Whack 100 is elated that he had the picture. He had the video. Like, yo, fuck you in that video, nigga. Like, man, I don't know. Man, these guys are crazy, man. These guys are crazy. Him and Charles White, I don't even think they're like 1A and 1B. Both of them bad. I think they work with the same agent. See, I just think a lot of these people are working with the police. I ain't gonna lie. Either they working with the police, they work with mainstream media, corporations that took over YouTube. It ain't a whole bunch of organic people on here no more. I mean, we still here. I can't say, but it ain't a whole bunch of organic people at the top. Let me say that. There ain't a whole bunch of them. Cause once you get on here long enough, you start realizing it's politics. Like for the people that's just starting, they probably still thinking, yo, shit, I can do this, I can do that. Yeah, but once you start moving up, you start realizing, like, yo, hold up, yo, this shit's starting to get weird. Yeah, man. I don't know who the fuck these niggas is. I thought they was bloggers the whole time. They might be FBI or CIA or Homeland Security or NASA or military. They something. You know what I mean? Whack 100 played a role in the fuck the nigga name is over situation. The video of him getting stabbed. You talking about the video of him getting stabbed? Whack 100 played a role in the Larry Hoover situation. I think him and 1090J coordinated. The fans probably gave the information to Whack. Whack probably gave it to 1090J. That's probably what really happened. Federal ass niggas. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to sleep now for real this time. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's another day of KBG News. And I'm out.